football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right, the bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia High School volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by WVU Medicine East, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, and Smallwood & Small Insurance. Now let's send it out to the broadcast booth and join our TV10 broadcast team for tonight's coverage.
Hello and welcome to Klein Court here at Musselman High School. Not Jim Klein, even though he is alongside me. Our crew for this evening is Spencer Dupuis and John Alderton, as well as Isaiah Horner. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Hello again, this is Colin McLaughlin for the play-by-play for tonight's high school volleyball match between the Hedgesville Lady Eagles and the Musselman Lady Applemen. I'll do my best to keep my eyes on the camera, but also down here right next to the court, got to keep my head on a swivel and make sure I don't get blindsided by a volleyball as we have some JV warm-ups going on. It will be JV starting at 6 o'clock and varsity to follow. Let me introduce my broadcast partner again, Jim Klein. Jim, a great week of volleyball starting with the number 1 team in the state in AAA and overall going against the number 3 team in AAA and number 4 team in the state via the Hedgesville Eagles. How you doing tonight, and you excited as I am for this match?
Absolutely. You got to be excited to be here at Musselman. We're going to have
Skylar Yates hitting opposite. We're going to see Hannah Howard hitting opposite her. You're in the swivel zone right now, baby. You better be careful. You might get a six-pack.
Yeah, I don't know if that will magically happen or not, but definitely going to have to watch out as it's a new broadcast location for you and I. I know Phil and Matt Crawford, whenever he was here broadcasting from down here at Musselman, but it's going to be new to us. I actually like it. I've always liked it during basketball view, but hopefully it will be as well, if not even better, for a volleyball view for us tonight. But let's look at the matchup varsity-wise. Hedgesville comes in to this season 27 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties. They are 9-1 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. As for Musselman, as I said, number 1 team in the state. They have 34 wins, 4 losses, 2 ties, 8-0 in the EPAC. So it comes down to this. It's both teams' last EPAC game on the schedule. So if Musselman wins, they stay as the number 1 seed and will remain and get home court advantage throughout the entire postseason tournament next week, starting on Tuesday. However, if Hedgesville wins, and they win in less than 5 sets, as the defeat last time these two teams met went in 5 sets for Hedgesville, so if they win in 4-3 tonight, they actually get the tiebreaker between the two, get the 1 seed, and will face Spring Mills, the 4 seed, and then have home court advantage after that if they win. So this one's basically for the conference. It's a thriller, always is, between these two teams. And if I remember correctly, I'd have to do some research. The last time these two teams met here is the site that Hedgesville won in 4 sets last year.
Wow, I did not recall that. That's great information, Colin. And I'll tell you what, if you ever needed any more motivation to win on your home court, there you go.
I remember that Hedgesville did win. I just can't remember if it was here or if it was at Hedgesville. So I'd have to go back and look. If I'm incorrect, I'll make the correction. Always do. But I do remember it was a 4-set match last year. That was the only loss for Musselman. It came against this Hedgesville team. Obviously, that's last year. It's a brand new season, and Musselman was on the victorious end previously. So obviously, Hedgesville wants revenge, and we'll go from there. Let's take our first 2-minute break, and then we'll be right back to break down more about the two teams. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
In whatever you do, it's good to go the extra mile. But when we go to Antwerp, Belgium to buy a diamond for you, we go the extra 7,982 miles, the distance from here to Antwerp. And when you see your new diamond, the sparkle in your eyes will tell us it was worth it to go the distance. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Dave and I are leaving soon on a diamond buying trip. And here's what going the extra 7,982 miles means for you. A more beautiful diamond than you thought possible for your money. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. We work directly with the men and women who buy and cut the diamonds. We personally inspect thousands of diamonds to pick only the best out of each parcel. And believe me, we reject hundreds of diamonds for each one we buy. Would you like to own a diamond that will blow by other diamonds in a flash? We're ready to go the extra 7,982 miles for you. See us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 south of 51 in Inwood.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Hello and welcome back to Musselman High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. About 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go until the start, of the JV match between Hedgesville and Musselman. Let's now look a little bit more at the notes between the two teams that I have, starting with the visiting Hedgesville Eagles. The last matches they had were in a quad for varsity-wise against Parkersburg, Wheeling Park, as well as I believe it was Woodrow Wilson, and it was all 2-0 wins. They're actually on a 6-match win streak, Jim, so they're looking to continue that. Obviously, it's going to be a tough one, though.
Yeah, it's going to be. They're going to face a whole different level of offense when you start thinking about the way that they compare. There's no Wheeling Park in the gym this evening. It's the Musselman Applemen, the number 1 team in the EPAC in the state of West Virginia and nationally ranked right now. So Hedgesville's going to have their hands full. It's going to be a completely different contest.
Yeah, as for Musselman, they're coming off a 3-0 sweep against Martinsburg. We saw that one, and it was a dominant performance. Yes, they still struggled at some points, kind of just got a little bit lackadaisical when it was the service error, or even some just serve-receive. That's still an issue that even Coach March talked about with me, that you'll hear interview-wise between the JV and varsity during our pregame there. But other than that, I mean, we saw that power up front in Hannah Howard, even the new freshman Ada McCoy coming in and getting it, as well as some other players on the team with Caroline Shipley and Sadie Wright. So are we going to see more of that power tonight, or you think that due to the blocks that we set up, we see more of the finesse kills that we kind of saw when they faced Spring Mills?
Yeah, we went deeper into the numbers looking at Hedgesville's 5-1. The setter for Hedgesville is not the big dominant force that you're going to see, so she's going to be set up on their offhand, which is Musselman's onhand. And she finished the season, well, at this point so far, with 1 solo and 20 assisted blocks. What that means is outside hitters have the ability to hit line all day long in those 3 rotations in the 5-1 that she moves across the front row. I don't think that there's going to be a need for finesse. I think this is going to be a high-octane, high-scoring, big offensive battle like it was in their first meeting, and that's going to be the way that the difference plays out.
Yeah, as we said, the last meeting went 5 sets, so definitely looking forward to the same thing to go tonight. But obviously, you never know, because last year, between these two teams, it never went 5 sets, actually. The first time in which Hedgesville had that upset that I mentioned went 4 sets. The same thing happened there at Hedgesville. Musselman won in 4 sets. And then in the playoffs, it was actually a sweep for Musselman, defeating Hedgesville. But obviously, these two teams are better. Top 3 teams in the state with the 2 of them. The only one in between them is Morgantown, who actually is a team that Musselman gets to see later on this week on Saturday in a quad tournament with them. Spring Grove, I think is who the other team is, or is it Shady Grove? I'd have to remember. And Martinsburg taking the place of Spring Mills in that quad tournament. As for Hedgesville, their next match is at Boonesboro, and then they get to rest up for the EPAC playoffs starting on Tuesday. And it's always weird, even though we always consider EPAC to be all 6 teams, when you actually look at it and go into the sections, it's the Berkeley County 4 teams in Hedgesville, Musselman, Martinsburg, and Spring Mills. And then on the other side of the section for the regionals is Jefferson, Washington, and thrown in there, even though we don't see them ever play, is Hampshire High School. So it's an interesting mix that ultimately becomes the matches for regionals in which 2 teams advance to the state tournament.
Well, it's one of those situations when you look at the ceiling and you see the banners hanging here in Musselman's gym. I'm not sure that, you know, if you're a Musselman athlete, coach, player, you don't care who it's up against. They want to go up against the best. They want to have an opportunity to run their offense and prevail. So, what happens on the other side of this section, I'm sure no one's thinking about that. Right now it's number 1 versus number 3, and that's what needs to happen this evening.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, looking up in the rafters straight ahead of us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 state championships for the Musselman volleyball team, and obviously the most recent one last year, so they're looking to repeat this year, and right now they are in prime position to do so. Number 1 in AAA, followed by Morgantown, then Hedgesville, and 4th is George Washington, 5th is Spring Valley. 6 through 10 goes like this: Bridgeport, Woodrow Wilson, Parkersburg, Hurricane, and Greenbrier East. So a pretty good one. Let's take another 2-minute break, and then we'll give you the rosters and be time for the JV action between Hedgesville and Musselman. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle, or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. It's time to start the JV match between the visiting Hedgesville Lady Eagles and the home team in the Musselman Lady Applemen. It'll be Musselman on the right side in the gray uniforms, Hedgesville to the left in white. Let's look at the roster, starting with the visiting Hedgesville Eagles. You got number 6, Kylie Hahn, number 2, Lakin Copenhaver, number 7, Brenna Hamlin, number 8, Kaylee Shropshire, number 14, Madison Elliott, number 12, Chloe Hudson, number 11, Evelyn Jennings, number 5, Emily Montgomery, number 9, Kylie Ann East, number 13, Addison Skies, number 3, Brianna Ryder, number 1, Jaden Matcher, number 10, Olivia Lamb. As for the home side in the Musselman Lady Applemen, you have number 3, Ashley Fox, number 5, Kelly Pritt, number 6, Haley Meisowitz, number 7, Emma Mackey, number 10, Josephine Dever, number 11, Kendall Watcher, number 14, Riley Franklin, number 15, Megan Welge, number 21, Avery Lark, number 24, Stephanie Courtwright. That's the rosters for both sides. And let's get started as both teams go onto the court. Obviously, it's always the basics that you want to see on the JV side and just setting up the offense. What else are you looking for when the match gets started, Jim?
Well, you want to see serves. You want, like you said, fundamentals. Put the ball in play, serve, receive, good communication. All of those are things that obviously they work on every day. And then in-match adjustments, the way that they, whether or not it's swing the serve, receive, the way that the coaches are going to discuss communication problems, calling for the ball, chasing the ball to the end of play. Lots of effort. That's what we were hoping to see today, energy and effort.
Already a pretty decent crowd in the gym for the JV match, expected to fill up more and more as the night continues and we get closer to the varsity match. They said the last time at Hedgesville when these two teams met, both sides were at full capacity, so hopefully expecting that to be the case tonight. Looks like Musselman won the coin toss and will serve first. It'll be Kendall Watcher to serve for the Lady Applemen. Watcher serve over the net towards Hedgesville's side. And the first start is a deep free ball, and the Eagles strike first after the bad pass makes it 1-0 Hedgesville. Now serving for Hedgesville will be Kylie Hahn. Her serve comes in towards Musselman.
Great
set up.
pass, great set.
Fox with the spike. Another free ball sent by Hedgesville. Watcher.
Shoot.
And we got a whistle, the two-touch point. Hedgesville makes it 2-0 Eagles.
A tight call at the JV level. It was a low set. I didn't say that is double contact.
Hahn into the middle. Mackey dives for it. Fox coming near our area. Had it over the net, but on the wrong side of the antenna. So it's 3 straight points to start set number 1 for Hedgesville. Hahn with another serve. Back from Mackey. Set by Watcher for Fox. She's going to hit it to the opposite side. Hedgesville. The spike to the back line. And a missed spike by Lark gives another point to Hedgesville. They lead 4-0 now.
It's a real tough angle, and the ball's set far off the net. So she's got to stay back and wait for it. Got a little bit in front of it with her approach.
Hahn over the net for Mackey.
It's tight.
Fox almost got blocked, but kept it on Hedgesville's side, so Musselman gets its first point of the evening to make it 4-1.
Yeah, good adjustment by Fox. She'll take the kill on that. Tight set, good adjustment, good reach.
Emma Mackey is subbed out as Stephanie Courtwright checks in on the front line. Back to serve for Musselman will be Avery Lark. It goes to Hahn. The spike from Elliott.
Again.
Now Fox off the net. And a late whistle. They say that it was never blocked, so it'll be a point for Hedgesville to make it 5-1.
6 with a net violation. Missowitz.
Hamlin to serve for Hedgesville.
Great
Just
serve.
gets it over the net. Courtwright has it. And a dive by Copenhaver gets the point for Musselman as it went out of play. The score is now 5-2. Hedgesville still leads, and it will be Meiselwitz back to serve.
Yeah, slow start. Just a kind of a little bit of, overpassing. Musselman not pushing the ball to the setter's base.
Copenhaver receives the serve, passes it for Hahn.
Oh, mishit.
And a kill too far back by Shropshire makes it 5-3.
Yeah, miss hit.
Meiselwitz with another serve from Musselman at Shropshire. Set by Hahn. Back for Shropshire. Gets it to Meiselwitz for Musselman.
Great hand action.
Fox
Good
with the spike all
swing
the way to
by
the
Fox.
back line. It's Hahn over, and it looks like touching the net is Shropshire, so another point for Musselman. They're within 1 at 5-4.
Yeah, Shropshire hits the ball off the antenna. Great follow through. She has just a nice hand action, or gets her elbow way up on top of the ball.
Meiselwitz with the serve. It's going to be a spike up from Hedgesville's
Tough
side
angle.
over to Fox.
Good deep free ball.
Shropshire to the opposite side, and it goes right back over and out. So a point for Hedgesville makes it 6-4. Chloe Hudson enters the match for Hedgesville in the place of Lakin Copenhaver. Back to serve is Evelyn Jennings. Jennings to Meiselwitz.
Perfect pass.
Watcher.
Oh, in the dump.
Tries to get a sneaky set dump over. And punching it over the net is Hahn for Hedgesville. Watcher for Fox. Off the net, trying to recover it is Hudson, who just entered unable to do so, so the point goes to Musselman. Score is Hedgesville 6, Musselman 5.
A tough situation for Fox. She makes the pass. The middle's shielded, so Fox has to get back around. She dumps the ball, and it's a good place.
Fox serves it over to Shropshire, who's up for the spike, goes to the back, gets out, and we're tied up at 6 apiece now. They wait for the ball to get recovered. Gets back to Ashley Fox, and she's ready to serve again. Fox hits it to Hamlin. Goes back for Elliott, sends it to Meisowitz. Fox sets it behind her. Watcher sends it over to Hedgesville. Shropshire gets deflected.
It's a good call by the lines person. That is definitely touched. Yeah, it's definitely touched.
That's a point for Hedgesville. Makes it 7-6.
That's a good call.
So it'll be a serve for Hedgesville. Madison Elliott hits it over the net to Meisowitz. Her pass, Fox has to run towards. And court right, Meisowitz. Both at the line, and that one got tipped.
Good read.
Clark also tipped it, so it's another point for the Eagles to make it 8-6.
Lark saw the read off touch. It was good effort. Good swing, though. Hedgesville gets the kill on the play.
And Musselman just getting so close to getting the blocks, but right now not getting it to work, and Courtright mishits it, so it's a third straight point for Hedgesville to make it 9-6. Elliott with her fourth straight serve. At Meisowitz, and hits her in the chest. She misread it. So a fourth straight point, and a timeout will be called. The score is Hedgesville 10, Musselman 6. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. We're in set number 1 of JV action between Hedgesville and Musselman. Hedgesville leads 10-6 in the best 2 out of 3. And it is a serve for Hedgesville over towards Courtright, who sends it back to the Eagle side. Shropshire to Lark, set up by Fox, behind her for Watcher. Watcher hits it to the opposite side for Elliott. Shropshire gets it to Courtright. Fox sets it up, and a spike by Franklin, and gets the point to end the 4-point run of Hedgesville after the timeout. That worked for Musselman. It's now 10-7.
Yeah, great timeout by Coach. Both passes led to a good offensive attack, and that's what you're hoping to see. Good adjustments. They moved their feet. A little more energy by Musselman in that rally.
Emma Mackey will now serve for Musselman. Hits it to the middle of the court, stepping forward and getting it is Ryder. Shropshire gets roofed, but tips it right back over. Fox.
Tight.
For Lark. Blocked.
Got to be a free ball. Use it.
And the free ball sent by Hahn. Meisowitz unable to get it. It's 11-7 now.
Kind of backpedaling. You can't backpedal in that situation. You got to turn in transition and move your feet.
So Hedgesville back up by 4. Kaylee Shropshire to serve. And it's long and out of play, so a service error for Hedgesville gets the point for Musselman to make it 11-8.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to miss a serve.
It'll be Franklin to serve now for Musselman, and hers way short off the net. You can tell either the timing with the steps was off, or if she mishit it off her hand. So now it's 12-8. Hedgesville back up by 4. And it will be Lakin Copenhaver to serve. To Mackey. Fox sets it for Lark off the block.
And in anyway.
Gets the point for Musselman. It's now 12-9.
Yeah, great swing. The entire situation. It was a good serve. Musselman responded with an outstanding pass set and a kill-off block.
It'll now be Kendall Watcher to serve.
Both teams
Watcher just gets it in, and it's a point, making it 12-10. Hedgesville only up by 2. What were you about to say,
Both
Jim?
teams just rockets from the end line. I mean, very aggressive serving. I mean, this is outstanding.
Watcher, another serve. Gets the pass.
10 line.
From Hamlin, and a 10-line spike. Watcher.
Oh, great pass and set.
And a point goes to Hedgesville to make it 13-10. You agree with that call by the?
Didn't see the setters. The setters follow through. Must have caught net, and I didn't see it. So I thought it was a good pass. I thought it was a good set, great swing, and she must have as she moved off the net.
Hahn sends a floating serve over, and Mackey sends it back to Hedgesville. Hahn sets it for Elliott. Watcher for Lark off the net. The free ball sent, and Fox right at the net puts it down. Point Musselman. It's 13-11.
Yeah, Fox takes the overpass and back to sender.
Avery Lark to serve for Musselman, who trail by 2. And it just goes out, so it's a point for Hedgesville. They now lead 14-11. Hamlin will be subbed out. Looks like entering is Olivia Lamb. She grabs the ball and will go back to serve. Lamb serves it to Meisowitz. Coming and getting it is Watcher, and Fox sends a free ball. It's going to be tipped by Jennings. Jennings tried to get the block off the hand of Welch.
Gotta be an angle.
And a free ball sent this time by Elliott.
Get there.
Watcher for Fox. Hits the kill to the back line, and it goes out, so it's a point for Hedgesville. They now lead 15-11.
Just a little bit low or just a little bit late.
Lamb with another serve to Meisowitz.
Perfect pass.
Watcher
and she
and
goes
Fox
behind. Fox
gets the point for Musselman to make it 15-12.
Yeah, see, it's little things like that. A little bit of misdirection. Fox goes behind the setter. The block does not move with the attacker, and Fox gets a free swing.
It'll be Haley Meisowitz to now serve for Musselman. Serve makes it over.
Should be a free ball.
The front line is Hahn. A free ball sent over by Shropshire.
Low and off the net. Got to get your hips around.
Franklin, Hahn, Shropshire again to Meisowitz. Watcher for Ashley Fox off the block. And it might be a spike and a kill.
No touch that time.
Just goes out. So no kill. That'll be another point for Musselman to make it 15-13. The Lady Appleman in set number 1 of JV action only trail by 2 now. Meisowitz. Service error makes it 16-13. So Hedgesville up by 3 with a give me point. Evelyn Jennings will serve for the Lady Eagles. Jennings to Meisowitz, who hits it under the net, so an ace for Hedgesville makes it 17-13. Jennings back to serve again for Hedgesville. To Meisowitz.
It's tight.
Watcher at the net, just sends it over. Elliott to Meisowitz. Watcher sets it up for Fox, and it gets blocked.
That's a good call.
Good call as Hudson and Elliott looks like touch the net. You can see it shaking right now. So it's a point for Musselman to make it 17-14.
Yeah, it's a very good call by the officials. Hudson was definitely in the net. She says she wasn't. Love it.
Fox. Diving for it is Hahn, and Shropshire sends it over towards Musselman. Courtright has to send a free ball to Hedgesville.
Good adjustment, though. She pushed the ball behind the setter and gets a
back-to-back
free ball back.
balls. Court right to Fox.
It's going to be a roll. Oh, my goodness.
And another free ball, 3 straight this time.
Got to talk it out.
Which team's going to capitalize? Shropshire almost does.
She's under,
and
24.
Court right goes under the net, so it's another point for Hedgesville to make it 18-14. And we'll have another timeout called by Musselman, the last of the first set for them. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Back at Musselman High School, still in set number 1 between Hedgesville and Musselman for JV High School Volleyball. Still serving is Hedgesville, and it'll be Madison Elliott to serve. Elliott, the court right. Fox sets it for Meisowitz from
Great
the back
swing.
line. Hits it over, and it is Franklin and Hahn at the net. Looks like Hahn might have touched it or it went over, so it's a point for Musselman to make it 18-15. Mackey will enter for Musselman, and it looks like for Hedgesville it'll be Kylie Ann East. Mackey to serve. It's it over. East sets it up for Hahn. Fox sets it behind her for Watcher, and she gets the point to put Musselman within 2 at 18-16. Some more noise coming here at Klein Court, Musselman High School. Some more fans continue to file in, and a bad pass results in a Musselman point to make it 18-17. So the Lady Applemen within 1 now of Hedgesville.
Yeah, if I'm Hedgesville, I'm probably blowing the TO there.
No timeout yet for the Lady Eagles as Mackey
Overpass.
serves it over, and an overpass by Hamlin. Watcher for Mackey. She puts it into the middle. Nobody there. We're tied up at 18 now. 18 all. Musselman trying to take the lead. Emma Mackey will serve.
Got to move your feet and make a pass if you're Hedgesville.
Mackey serves it to Hahn.
Uh-oh, another free ball.
Another hit by Ryder, and a free ball sent over by Hudson.
Good pass.
Fox
low
sets it up for Franklin, and it goes over and out. So the lead back in the hands of Hedgesville at 19-18.
Franklin's got to get there. Got to get there. Speed up that approach when you see the height.
Shropshire serves it.
J-stroke.
To Lark. Fox sets it for Franklin.
She's early that time.
East for Shropshire, and Hahn sends a deep free ball to Mackey.
Great pass.
Fox sets it up for Lark. And it's a spike dug out. Back over to Hedgesville.
Free ball.
And Shropshire sends it to Meisowitz. Hedgesville quickly regroups.
Great time.
Franklin to the back. It's out again off the spike. Another point for Hedgesville to make it 20-18. Lady Eagles in the lead over the Lady Applemen. Shropshire serves it to Lark, who keeps it in play. Watcher has to send a free ball to the Hedgesville side. Ryder passes it in front for East, and a ball sent Franklin.
Great set.
East for Shropshire. And a deep free ball by Hamlin out of play. Point for Musselman to make it 20-19. And it'll be Riley Franklin to serve.
Outstanding set to Fox, which is what led to, Franklin, which is what led to the free ball error.
Franklin sends a short serve over. Hahn sends it back in play, and the ball's over by Ryder. Fox for Lark. Off the net, never got touched, so it's a point for Hedgesville to put them back up by 2 at 21-19. 2 subs entering for Hedgesville, one of them being Lakin Copenhaver, who will go back to serve. Copenhaver sends a bullet over the head of Mackey and out of play, so the point for Musselman makes it 21-20. And it'll be Kendall Watcher to serve. Watcher serve, a hard one.
Real hard.
Directly at Hamlin. Hamlin has to run all the way forward and in front of Meisowitz. Gets the point for Hedgesville to make it 22-20.
Yeah, in transition, either we're blocking or we're playing it as free. If everybody doesn't run in unison, then that's what happens.
Kylie Hahn serves it to Meisowitz. Meisowitz to Mackey. Back over the net, and waiting for it was Elliott. Watcher quickly sends it back over, and 4 Eagles dive for it.
It's in.
And a point goes to Hedgesville. I did not see who touched it. Did you, Jim?
No, we got. I got an official and a stanchion right in front of me. I could not see. Could not see a thing.
High fives going around and nodding the head is Madison Elliott, so I think she got the point to make it 23-20 Hedgesville. Hahn serves it over. Watcher sets behind her for Lark. Goes at Elliott.
Free.
Shropshire keeps it alive, and Hahn sends a free ball to Meisowitz.
Perfect pass. Get there.
Another set. Fox tips it close. It's off the net, and swinging and missing is Brenna Hamlin to make it 23-21. So the serve back on Musselman's side. So we have 2 substitutes entering. One of them will be number 5, Kelly Pritt, and she will go back to serve for the Lady Applemen, who trail by 2. And her serve goes out, so it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 24-21, and the Lady Eagles now have set point. Entering the game is Olivia Lamb to serve for Hedgesville and trying to put the first set in the W column, and service error right as I say that gets the point for Musselman to make it 24-22. It'll be the libero for Musselman, Haley Meisowitz, back to serve, and she needs 2 straight to tie and 4 straight to win. Meisowitz first serve. Goes over the net,
there's
gets
one.
the ace, so there's the first to make it 24-23. Hedgesville still in the lead. If they get the point here, they win. If Musselman gets the point, it's a win by 2. And already off to a great start between these 2 crosstown rivals.
Deep serve, too.
Meisowitz to Shropshire. Shropshire has to send a free ball over to Musselman.
Tight, real tight.
At the net, goes off of it. Courtright sends it over. Shropshire to Meisowitz. Watcher, and a free ball sent by Fox to the far side.
Slow.
Shropshire.
Good
Meisowitz
save.
Gets the save. Fox.
And a kill.
Gets the point. We're tied up at 24, so we're now in a win by 2 situation between Hedgesville and Musselman in set number 1 for JV action.
Started with the serve. Got to have it in one more. Got to have one more.
Haley Meisowitz, the serve again. Goes to Copenhaver.
Good pass.
On behind her for Elliott to Meisowitz.
Another good pass.
Watcher behind her for Courtright. Towards the middle.
Courtright's got to swing away. It was a good
Copenhaver. And a free ball sent to Musselman. Watcher sets it up for Fox. Off the block.
And that's
gets
a kill.
the point. So 3 straight points now.
Timeout.
And a timeout called by Hedgesville. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
Welcome back. Set point opportunity for Musselman as they lead 25-24. Meisowitz off the net. Copenhaver mishits it. Musselman comes back and wins set number 1, 26-24. 4 straight points to end the set. Musselman now leads 1-0. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 2. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
Nice pickup on the touch.
In whatever you do, it's good to go the extra mile. But when we go to Antwerp, Belgium to buy a diamond for you, we go the extra 7,982 miles, the distance from here to Antwerp. And when you see your new diamond, the sparkle in your eyes will tell us it was worth it to go the distance. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Dave and I are leaving soon on a diamond buying trip. And here's what going the extra 7,982 miles means for you. A more beautiful diamond than you thought possible for your money. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. We work directly with the men and women who buy and cut the diamonds. We personally inspect thousands of diamonds to pick only the best out of each parcel. And believe me, we reject hundreds of diamonds for each one we buy. Would you like to own a diamond that will blow by other diamonds in a flash? We're ready to go the extra 7,982 miles for you. See us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 south of 51 in Inwood.
Number 2 between the Hedgesville Eagles, the Musselman Lady Applemen, and what a first set that we had here. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew here at Klein Court is Spencer Dupuis, Isaiah Horner, and John Alderton. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. It was 24-22, Hedgesville in control with set point, and then it had to be 4 straight sets to get the win for Musselman from Haley Meisowitz, and that's exactly what she did, Jim, to get the 26-24 win in set number 1.
Yeah, Musselman actually, they had called their first time out at 6:10, second time out at 14:18. So if you do the math, Musselman actually was on a run. They were just running out of time. They actually managed to put together a couple rallies where they didn't make mistakes from the end line and were able to pull out that last set, that last few points to win the set.
So now we wait for everybody to get reset on the court. And also have to wait for some new line judge volunteers from the varsity team. And we get it set up, the officials making sure everything's set up as well. Again, a best 2 out of 3 for JV action. So if Musselman wins this set, they come out victorious. Hedgesville has to win the next 2. Hedgesville serving first. Kylie Hahn's serve goes to Mackie Fox, hits it back behind her, and Meisowitz sends a free ball. Copenhaver, the set to the opposite side for Hamlin. Fox sets it for Lark.
Good adjustments.
It'll be Hahn high into the air, and Shropshire sends a free ball to Meisowitz. Perfectly for Fox, and it looks like her elbow just barely touched the net. And we'll have a conference going on.
Both teams in the net.
So both teams in the net, so no point, and we'll just restart, I assume? Yes,
replay.
That's exactly what it is. Thank you, Mr. Official. Hahn off the net. Meisowitz is like, really? That's what we get to restart? Point goes to Hedgesville. It's 1-0. It's always hard to expect that to just tap the net and go straight down.
Yeah, got to be on your toes. You have to have your weight forward.
On serve to Mackie. Fox sets behind her for Watcher.
Off block.
Perfectly off the block. Almost looked like Watcher mishit that one. But nonetheless, it's a point for Musselman. Ties it up at 1, and she gets the serve now.
Yeah, a little bit of a backhand roll.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was back or if it almost went off the side. It was weird from our angle, but her serve a bullet to Copenhaver. And Elliott has to go all the way into the bleachers and hits it over the scores table out of play, so it's a point for Musselman to make it 2-1. It'll be Watcher to serve again for Musselman.
Yeah, bullet serve. Very difficult to put in play.
Watcher to Shropshire, who hits it back over to Fox, and Fox couldn't get out of the way. Watcher tried to run through her as it dropped to the court. It's a point for Hedgesville. We're tied up at 2. think Fox thought that Misowicz was coming forward to get it.
She got
and
shielded.
Yeah,
picked.
it was a weird situation for the Applemen.
That's where we would be calling help, help, help. I mean, and then there should be the third person in line.
Lamb to Mackey. Mackey passes it for Watcher, who sets it for Fox. It gets over to Shropshire. Hahn sets it for Shropshire, and it's in. Point Hedgesville. They now take a 3-2 lead. So Lamb with another serve.
Yeah, not aggressive on defense. Just it's a.
And it goes to Misowicz, who hits it into the stands on the opposite side. So an ace for Hedgesville makes it 4-2. Lamb to serve again. Goes tight to Mackey, and Shropshire jumps right at the net, places it perfectly down behind Welge, makes it 5-2, and a quick timeout called by Musselman. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. The Lady Applemen already using up the first timeout out of 2 for them in set number 2. So they'll have 1 remaining. Hedgesville still has 2. And Hedgesville in control by 3. The serve for Hedgesville, Olivia Lamb. Hits it over to Misowicz for Musselman. It's at the net, and Watcher beautifully just avoids hitting the net, but had to hit it over. This time, she hits it in a free ball sent by Welge. Copenhaver to Hahn, and somebody touched the net. Looks like it was Hedgesville, I believe. Evelyn Jennings did so when she hit it over to Musselman, so it's a point for the Applemen to make it 5-3.
I guess chasing the ball, I keep getting shielded.
I saw it shake.
Yeah, the set was so low, I'm guessing that when she came in, she made the play clean, but then her follow-through.
Kelly Pritt will serve for Musselman. Goes
she missed right
too
last
far
time.
And at a play. So it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 6-3. Now Evelyn Jennings will serve for the Lady Eagles. To Misowicz for Musselman. Watcher for Fox, and she just puts it perfectly over the block in no man's land. It's a point for Musselman to make it 6-4.
Yeah, very nice touch. Good spot.
2-point lead for Hedgesville still as Misowicz serves it off the hands of Hamlin, goes into the wall behind him. A point for Musselman to make it 6-5.
Yeah, Deaver came in. She was not in. She did not play in the first set. So Musselman has a lot more size now in the front row.
Misowicz floats that one to the back, out of play. Point Hedgesville makes it 7-5, excuse me. Almost said 7-6.
Gotta have a pass. You want to use the size in the front row right here. Gotta have a pass.
Madison Elliott will serve for Hedgesville, and hers goes over and out. So now it's 7-6.
So Fox is setting now. Watcher will move to the offhand position.
It's Fox. Serves it over.
Overpass.
And an overpass at the net is Franklin. East for Shropshire. Diving is Pritt.
Reach.
Fox sets it over, and Dever hits it. Shropshire off the block, and we're tied up at 7 apiece. And Fox will be back to serve again to try to give Musselman the lead. And it looks like we have a rotation arrow, so Musselman will take the lead at 8-7.
She left too soon.
So Ashley Fox will serve.
Overpass.
And an overpass by Hamlin.
Great
Ball
save by
right back
Shropshire.
to Hedgesville. Hahn
gotta move your
places
feet.
it right by Meisowitz. So we're tied back up, this time at 8 apiece, and it'll be Hedgesville to serve. And it'll be Kaylee Shropshire to serve for Hedgesville. Shropshire serve to Meisowitz, who has to back up. Running for it is Fox. And a lift call on her gets the point for Hedgesville. They now lead 9-8. So Shropshire with another serve for Hedgesville. It's it over at Pritt, who missed it, but it was quickly recovered and back on Hedgesville's side. Hamlin gets blocked.
Another great block.
And Shropshire just sends it back over so that Hedgesville can regroup defensively. And a point for Musselman as the block touched the net. I believe that's Chloe Hudson, so we're tied up at 9. And it will be Emma Mackey as well as Avery Lark re-entering the match for Musselman. And it will be Emma Mackey back to serve. Mackey. It's hit over the net. And another touch of the net. This time from East for Hedgesville. So Musselman takes the 10-9 lead.
The setter's a back row player, so she cannot make contact with the ball above the plane of the net.
Hedgesville will take its first time out of set number 2. Let's take a 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Musselman in the lead now in set number 2 by a score of 10-9 over Hedgesville. Both teams have already used one timeout each in set number 2, so they both have one remaining.
Yeah, so if I clarify, the back row player cannot make contact in front of the 10 line above the net and propel the ball into the plane.
So Mackey sends a floating serve
the timeout
over.
Works.
And as you just said, the timeout works for Hedgesville as the service error for Musselman makes it 10-10. And it'll be Hedgesville's Lakin Copenhaver to serve. Copenhaver with the serve to Meisowitz. It's coming towards us. And Fox and Lark didn't communicate with each other, just kind of eye-glanced and thought that each other were going to hit it. So it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 11-10.
Yeah, she said she called help 6 times. I don't know. I thought maybe she was calling mine. I didn't hear.
Copenhaver to Meisowitz. Fox sets it up
Way
for
off.
Larkin behind her, and a lift called on Fox. Gives the point to Hedgesville, makes it 12-10. We've seen that a lot in this match already.
Yeah, we have not seen that in 5-set matches like Jefferson and
a service
Martinsburg.
error gets the point for Musselman to make it 12-11.
So it's difficult, but this is the expectation, so it should be called consistently.
I agree. It'll be Riley Franklin to serve. Gets it over the net. Shropshire lunges for it, gets the pass, and it'll be sent over by Hamlin. Fox sets it up for Lark off the block. And East. Hamlin sends a free ball deep to Mackey. Fox sets it behind her. And it'll be Watcher to Shropshire. Hahn for East. Fox for Lark again, off the net and down, gets the point. We're tied up at 12 all now between Musselman and Hedgesville.
Yeah, coach showing that that's the defensive rotation. The ball set outside, your entire defense should rotate with the hitter.
Served by Franklin over to Hedgesville, and Hahn sends it deep and out of play, so another point for Musselman. They take a 13-12 lead now. So it'll be Riley Franklin with another serve for Musselman. Hits it at Copenhaver. East sets it for Hahn over the block. Fox keeping it alive. In the back was Mackey. Hamlin sends it over and out of play again. Another point for Musselman. They now lead by 2 at 14-12.
Yeah, great hustle on defense. Great job by Mackey. She didn't quit on the play, got after it.
We have a substitute entering for Musselman. Entering is Megan Welch. Excuse me, exiting is Megan Welch. East. For Hamlin, Mackey. And point goes for Hedgesville to make it 14-13. And a substitute on Hedgesville now. Entering will be Madison Elliott. And a serve perfectly over the net by Kylie Hahn. Meisowitz had to dive for it, but couldn't hit it up in the air enough, so we're tied up at 14. Kylie Hahn trying to give Hedgesville the lead. Hahn's serve over the net to Lark. Fox sets it for Lark, and Copenhaver mishits it. Goes behind her. It's a point for Musselman. They take the lead at 15-14, and it will be Kendall Watcher to serve. Watcher.
Oh my.
Serves it perfectly at Shropshire, and she can't really get set enough to make a good pass, so it's an ace for Musselman to make the score at 16-14.
You really got to press your elbows together and cushion the ball almost like a J-stroke to get that ball out. Man.
Copenhaver misses this one as well, so it's another point for Musselman to make it 17-14, and a timeout will be called. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. Trying to identify a player that we haven't had all season, Jim. And it is Addison Collins that wears the number 17 for Musselman. She is in on the front line. Let's watch her. Serves it to Shropshire, and it goes back. Copenhaver, and Hamlin has to try to send a free ball. Hits it short, so another point for Musselman to make it 18-14. Kendall Watcher with another serve for Musselman. Hits it to Shropshire. Finally gets a good pass for Hahn. And Elliott from the set by Hahn can't get it, so it's another point for Musselman. Makes it 19-14. Hedgesville falling apart and out of timeouts. Jaden Matcher will enter for Lakin Copenhaver. Hedgesville is just trying to find some answers to survive in this one, Jim.
Yeah, the pass was pushed way back, and Elliott started her approach a little early and then was out of position.
Watcher to Shropshire. Hahn sets this one, and it's very low and behind Jennings, so another point for Musselman to make it 20-14.
The referee made a little look like I think that could have been called for hands.
Watcher off the net, diving forward to Shropshire. Hahn for Elliott. She has to send a deep free ball to Meisowitz. Watcher reach for Lark, and another lift called on Fox. Each time she's tried to hit it in a diagonal pass towards the net, for Lark. She's been called with that lift, so it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 20-15.
He could have called that one against Hedgesville there. I might have let that one go. She comes 20 feet off the net. She needs to get her left hip around to be able to push the ball to the outside hitter.
Lamb serves it, and it's just barely in. Mackey and Fox were hoping to get a home court call, but they haven't got that yet, which obviously the right call is the right call. It's 20-16. Lamb serves it to Mackey.
Great pass.
Watcher sets it for Ashley Fox. Over the block to Lamb. Stepping forward is Hahn. And she's called with the lift set. So it's now a point for Musselman to make it 20-16. We'll wait for some substitutes to enter. It'll be Stephanie Courtwright entering for Avery Lark, as well as Josephine Dever for Emma Mackey. And Courtwright will serve. (21-16) and Courtwright misserves that one.
It was very low toss.
Make it 21-17.
And never had a shot.
So Hedgesville down by 4. It'll be Evelyn Jennings to serve. Jennings to Meisowitz.
Tight.
Has it at the net. And Watcher just quickly puts it over. Never touched it. It's a point for Musselman to make it 22-17. The net is shaking, though, so did somebody touch it, or did they call that it went down? Okay.
Yeah, after the fact.
So it'll be Haley Meisowitz to serve again. She's the one that had 4 straight to end set number 1, trying to put the nail in the coffin and end this one. Meisowitz, Hahn sets it for Shropshire, and it's blocked by Josephine Dever.
Great
23-17 is the score now for Musselman, up by 6 against Hedgesville.
Just an athletic move. Very good play.
Meisowitz off the net, stays on Musselman's side, so the service error gets a point for Hedgesville to make it 23-18. It'll be Madison Elliott to serve for the Eagles. And she has a service error to give the point to Musselman to make it 24-18. So it's now game point for the Lady Applemen. And the serve will be from Ashley Fox.
I mean, 6 match points. And this is like, Fox just needs to put the ball in play.
Fox does put it in play. And an overpass. Dever puts it down. Musselman gets the win, 25-18. In the second set, and Musselman sweeps the JV match over Hedgesville 2-0. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for the post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Hi, my name's Corey, and I'm here at Orsini's in beautiful Martinsburg, West Virginia.
We no longer specialize in only appliances. We have kitchen design, countertops, cabinets, flooring, and even a new 1,200 square foot sleep studio with brands such as Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. 304-267-7251, 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. We price match the big box stores, and we give back to our local community.
Orsini's.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew is Spencer Dupuy, Isaiah Horner, and John Alderton. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Getting ready for varsity action between Hedgesville and Musselman as the JV match just concluded. Musselman wins 2-0. The first one, they came back down 24-22 to win 26-24. And then in the second one, Hedgesville just fell apart. Musselman took advantage and won 25-18. And what do you think happened there with Hedgesville? It just kind of seemed like they almost either gave up or seemed lost out there ultimately at the end.
I think Musselman made fewer mistakes in the second set, so it was a little bit more of what we would consider to say their game, which is what was happening. Much better serving, and then I also think that there were a couple defensive plays that were very deflating.
Yeah, I agree, as the 20-minute clock just started for warm-ups for varsity action. So let's take our 5-minute break, and then we'll be back for the pregame show for varsity action between Hedgesville and Musselman. Again, Musselman wins the JV one 2-0. So again, a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back for varsity play. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender. Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
In whatever you do, it's good to go the extra mile. But when we go to Antwerp, Belgium to buy a diamond for you, we go the extra 7,982 miles, the distance from here to Antwerp. And when you see your new diamond, the sparkle in your eyes will tell us it was worth it to go the distance. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Dave and I are leaving soon on a diamond buying trip. And here's what going the extra 7,982 miles means for you. A more beautiful diamond than you thought possible for your money. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. We work directly with the men and women who buy and cut the diamonds. We personally inspect thousands of diamonds to pick only the best out of each parcel. And believe me, we reject hundreds of diamonds for each one we buy. Would you like to own a diamond that will blow by other diamonds in a flash? We're ready to go the extra 7,982 miles for you. See us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 south of 51 in Inwood.
This evening is John Alderson, Isaiah Horner, and Spencer Dupuis. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Well, it's almost time for one of the best matches possibly in the state that's going to be hopefully seen this year playing wise. It is the visiting Hedgesville Eagles and the Musselman Lady Applemen. Number 3 in the AAA rankings versus number 1 in the AAA rankings. I'm ready. How about you, Jim? This should be a fun one. We already had a fun one JV-wise.
Yeah, ruckus crowd. We got a big group of people here. Everybody coming to see number 1 versus number 3. Number 3, Klein Court, right here tonight on TV 10. What more do you want?
Yeah, the last time these two teams met here at Musselman last year, it was Hedgesville that came out on top 3-1. However, earlier this year, it was a win for the Musselman Lady Applemen, 3-2. As we got Phil McCoy behind us saying, well, definitely we'll do our best, Phil. And that's one of the new key players that I've actually added. So let's talk a little bit about Musselman. The freshman, the Mangler, Ada McCoy. The past couple times we've seen Musselman has got a lot more playing time up front. 5'10", as I said, a freshman, and she's making her name known within the EPAC gym.
Yeah, she's got good instincts. She plays well at the net. Last year's done. It's over. This is a brand new year. This is the winner-take-all, number 1 in sections. And here's the thing. Against common opponents, Spring Mills took 1 set from Hedgesville. Hedgesville 8-0 against common opponents. Musselman swept all common opponents 7-0. But The answers are determined this evening by the play right on the court. And, man, everyone just seems so fired up. It's hard to contain the energy right now here on Klein Court.
Yeah, and the playoff picture will be finalized tonight with the result of this match for Section 1 of Region 2 for AAA. If Musselman wins, they remain the 1 seed undefeated in conference play and will have home court advantage out of the 4 Berkeley County schools. However, if Hedgesville wins and they win in less than 5 sets, they get the tiebreaker between these two teams, bump up from number 2 to number 1, and will be the team to have home court advantage. Now, 3rd and 4th, looks like it will remain due to record-wise. Martinsburg at number 3, Spring Mills at number 4. So both of those teams are waiting to see the result of tonight and who their opponent will be on Tuesday. Both of these teams know that they have home court for the first sectional matchup. It's just that second one when these two teams might possibly meet again next week, about 10 days from now, on who will be home and who will be away at that point in time. Obviously, Musselman, being the number 1 team in the state, hasn't lost an EPAC game yet this season, wants to keep that undefeated conference record alive and have control and make another statement win that says, hey, if you want to win the conference, it goes through us right here at Klein Court, Jim.
Right, momentum is a fickle beast, so you don't want to give up any unnecessary points, unnecessary sets. You want to come into this dominant. And you know what? I was talking on the phone to my parents on the drive here to the match, and you know what I said? My mom said something along the lines of, you think Musselman can sweep Hedgesville? And you know what my thought was? I think on any given day, anyone can win this match. What I would like to see, my early Christmas gift would be both teams to play their best match of the season. That's what I would like to see. I like to see no dumb free ball errors. I want to see real good, crisp serving. Teams move their feet, communicate, and then dominant offense, because both of these teams, number 1, number 3, the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of West Virginia, Skylar Yates on Hedgesville. These teams have the ability to dazzle us with their offense. That's what I want to see this evening.
Well, we're getting even closer to it as there's 9 minutes to go until the start of varsity action. So let's take a 2-minute commercial break, and then we'll be back to hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Spencer Dupuy over there laughing. I don't know about what. I'll figure it out later. But we are 6.5 minutes away from the start of varsity action. So let's hear from the head coaches for both teams, starting with Hedgesville's head coach, Addison Whitford.
Okay, Coach Whitford, a big match tonight against Musselman on the road. What's the strategy going into the game to get a win against a tough opponent?
We're just going to come and we're just going to play our game. 5 sets last time we saw Musselman. Obviously, they're our top-ranked team in the state right now, so it's going to be a tough matchup. Both good teams, both very, we run, the same type of systems, and so we are very familiar with what they do, and we're just going to come in here and try our best, and hopefully we come out with a win.
Last week of the regular season, is the team at the point that you wanted them to be before the postseason starts?
Yep, we've improved a lot over the last 2 weeks. We haven't had many matches. We kind of had 2 weeks, and we had about 3 matches, which was not what we're used to. So we did a lot of improving during practice, watching game film, and making a little bit of changes. So we have improved over the last 2 weeks. We still have some things that we need to fix going into postseason, but yep, we're happy with where we are, and we'll find out tonight.
Alrighty, only a couple games left after this one. Who do you guys got, and do you know by any chance what the playoff or sectional wise is shaping out to be like for you guys?
So our last regular season game is on Thursday against Boonesboro, and then next week is sectionals. Depending on how this game plays out, Musselman and Hedgesville will either have the 1 or 2 seed, just depending on who wins and in how many sets. And then if we come out as the 1st seed, then we will play Spring Mills on Tuesday, and if we come out as 2 seed, we play Martinsburg on Tuesday.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Again, that was the head coach of the Hedgesville Lady Eagles and Addison Whitford. So let's now get set up and hear from Musselman's head coach, Sean Marks, but let me make sure that I have it correct, and here we go.
Alrighty, Coach, a tough opponent tonight in Hedgesville, top 3 team in AAA. Obviously, you guys are number 1, went 5 sets last time. You're at home this time. How do you get better and make sure to stay on top in the EPAC with a win tonight?
Well, we didn't play very well out there. I think the key to the game is to win the serve and serve-receive battle, and we certainly didn't win it out there, and we were fortunate enough to win the match, even though we lost that battle. So it's really our key focus tonight is to win that serve and pass battle.
How is the team like here in the last week of the season? Are they at the point where you want them to be, or are there still some improvements that you want in the final 2 games of the regular season and then the tournament as well on Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we played a little bit better offensively at Martinsburg, and so I think we're back going in the right direction. We peaked back in September, and we kind of have a little lull, and I like to think we're going back in the right direction now. So, yeah, I feel good. We had a good practice yesterday. The kids are upbeat and excited about tonight, so it should be fun.
So, last year you guys split regular season. Obviously, when it came to the postseason, you guys came out on top and then went on to win states. But I'm pretty sure, unless you can correct me, that the win for Hedgesville was here. Is it just the atmosphere? What is it like mentality-wise against Hedgesville typically in the EPAC for you guys?
Well, I think we've maybe lost to them twice in the last 12 years. So, I don't take a whole lot from that loss last year. We missed a ton of serves that match. I think we missed, if I remember correctly, 27 serves. It's kind of tough to overcome that against a good opponent. So we hope to be better serving tonight and certainly passing. So, we don't worry about what happened last year. We're just taking one game at a time and control what we can control. We can't control how well Hedgesville played. They played lights out over their place. Like I said, we were fortunate enough to win. But we got to control our side of the net. We got to control what we do, and I think we'll be better tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Again, that was the head coach of the Musselman Lady Appleman, Sean Martz. And let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to give you both teams' rosters. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR-TV on YouTube.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back to Klein Court here at Musselman High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein as the horn sounds to end warm-ups between the two teams, the visiting Hedgesville Eagles and the Musselman Lady Applemen. Let's look at the rosters for both, starting with the visiting Hedgesville Eagles. You got number 1, Lakin Copenhaver. Number 2, Paige Richmond. Number 3, Skylar Yates. Number 4, Paige Elliott. Number 5, Grace Gum. Number 6, Emma Sabora. Number 7, Penny Willis. Number 8, Kelsey Van Dyne. Number 9, Elena Harper. Number 10, Layla Shropshire. Number 11, Danica Probst. Number 12, Kylie Hahn. Number 13, Lexi Winston. And number 14, Paisley Miller. As for the home side, the Musselman Lady Applemans, here's their roster. You got number 2, Kaylee Weatherholtz. Number 3, Isabella Hutzler. Number 4, Hannah Howard. Number 5, Addison Walker. Number 6, Ashley Fox. Number 7, Addie Miller. Number 8, Ada McCoy. Number 9, Madigan Faircloth. Number 10, Riley Franklin. Number 11, Sadie Wright. Number 14, Caroline Shipley. Number 17, Emma Kurnos. Number 21, Kaylee Chrisman. Number 24, Avery Lark. Number 25, Ava Dunnigan. Both teams, PA announcer-wise, also getting announced. Student sections packed. The gym mostly packed as well here at Musselman High School. It's going to be a fun one. What are your final thoughts before we get started, Jim?
Well, I think the Coach Marks is 100% correct. Obviously, he put all those banners up there. Serve, receive. They've got to have a pass to be able to attack. Richmond runs the 5-1 for Hedgesville. She has 3 front row rotations, which means her one solo block, according to the stats, could become a situation with Hedgesville. Their serve, they've got to be aggressive, and they're going to have to withstand that barrage when Richmond goes across the front row.
Well, the series looks like this. At September 4th of 2007, Musselman is 48-7-1 over Hedgesville. The last meeting on September 28th, Musselman won in 5 sets, 3-2, and is on a 3-match win streak in this series. The last time Hedgesville won against Musselman was still last year, September 29th, 3-1. And Hedgesville, since 2007, is the only team to ever beat Musselman in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference, looking to do it again tonight and have a repeat of last year. It's going to be a fun one. It's a loud one as well here at Klein Court. We're going to look for it to continue it, so don't go anywhere. Let's take a 3-minute break. Again, a 3-minute break to cover the national anthem. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Home helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle, or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein, and we're ready. I hope you are too. It's the Hedgesville Lady Eagles taking on the Musselman Lady Applemen. Musselman #1 in the state taking on Hedgesville, who's #3 in the state for AAA, as we wait for the officials and the teams to get the rotations ready. It is jam-packed inside of the gymnasium here at Musselman. Seven Nation Army playing over the PA speakers, both student sections set up, but an interesting setup. Actually, on the far side is the home student section for Musselman. Hedgesville's is behind us a little bit to the right and directly behind Musselman's bench. So there might be some chirping there. It looks like it'll be Musselman serving first, and back to serve will be Addison Walker.
Yeah, Musselman with 5 players over 100 kills. Hedgesville with 3, but the Gatorade Player of the Year with 478 kills.
Walker serve over towards Probst, and it'll be a hit back over by Yates.
Reach. That's a kill.
And a first point going to Musselman. Caroline Shipley makes it 1-0 Musselman.
Yeah, so it's played almost like a free ball and a perfect pass. I mean, that's exactly what Musselman needs to do. And Shipley with a great swing to put it away.
So the Lady Applemen strike first.
Yeah,
Walker with a serve and a miss hit by Probst makes it 2-0 Musselman.
And that is exactly what I said in the pregame. That's what I was talking about. Richmond right now is at the 4. Richmond is swinging the whole way around. She's coming all the way to offhand. She's got to be able to stop Shipley with her attack. I would keep setting the ball outside as much as you can.
Walker with the third serve of varsity action, gets it to Yates, and she mishits it. Another ace for Musselman. It's 3-0. The number 1 team in the state off to a hot start at home. The junior Addison Walker back with another serve for Musselman, trying to keep the streak alive. Walker serve off the net, gets the point for Hedgesville. So the service error makes it 3-1. And Hedgesville gets the serve as they have a substitute entering the game is Grace Gum, and she will serve.
All right, so my bad. Richmond was at the 3. She's at the 2 now.
Gum serve goes back to Faircloth. Hit into the air for Shipley, and it will be recovered by Van Dyne. Yates gets a point for Hedgesville to make it 3-2, and that's why she was named the Gatorade Athlete Player of the Year for high school volleyball last season. Kills like that, you're going to see a plethora of both side-wise tonight.
Yeah, Musselman has size in the front row. I mean, my goodness. Chrisman and Wright.
Hedgesville trying to tie it. Faircloth. Howard.
Got to be angled.
For Shipley, and it's angled. It looks like it might have went off the block. And Richmond hits it off the net down to the court, so another point for Musselman to make it 4-2. The freshman Ada McCoy and the sophomore Ava Dunnigan check in for the Lady Applemen, and it'll be Dunnigan back to serve.
Yeah, Richmond's at the 2. She's got one more rotation. She has to float through. We need to serve by Dunnigan.
Dunnigan serves it to the opposite side. Diving forward is Gum. It goes into the stands. Point Musselman. It's 5-2.
Yeah, it's a great strategy. We employ that often. Serving behind the setter means that the setter has a real tough angle to be able to get the ball back in front of her to run the whole offense. Great serve.
So Dunnigan will serve again for Musselman. It goes to the back for Gum.
It's tight.
Set and over the net. It gets tipped and goes out. Another point for Musselman. It's now 6-2 Appleman.
Yeah, unforced error. That was actually a real good pass. Richmond with just a little slip up. She'll shake that off.
Dunnigan with another serve. Goes to the back line. Coming forward and setting it is Richmond. Over for Yates. Over the block. Dunnigan keeps it alive.
She's
Shipley
off to roll.
for McCoy. Behind her, Yates. Mishits it. Another point for Musselman. Makes it 7-2.
It's a great roll. She found the soft spot right in the defense. Yates pinched in. That ball sailed a little bit on Dunnigan. I heard some out calls. It'll be interesting to see if she can bring this one down.
Dunnigan with another serve. Goes to the back at the libero. Van Dyne set
Great
by
set.
Richmond for Yates. And she has height. Ball comes deflected off Musselman right at me. It's a point for Hedgesville. Makes it 7-3.
Yeah, nice try, McCoy. Great defensive rotation. Just couldn't get her forearms on the ball.
Paige Richmond will serve now for Hedgesville. The Eagles trail by 4.
Got to have serve receive.
Richmond serves it high at Faircloth.
Off the net.
Goes up.
Tight, real
Shipley
tight.
For McCoy,
There's
and
nets.
she touches the net. It's a point for Hedgesville, 7-4. She definitely had the hop over the block, but when that right hand followed through, it just tipped the top of the net.
Yeah, need a better first contact, really.
Richmond. Shipley has to run all the way over, and McCoy pushes that one to the back. Beautiful kill. Almost looked like more of a push. It was very close, but a point for Musselman makes it 8-4.
She's just a very headsy player. I mean, she was right on top of it. She's good instincts. She had kept the ball in front of her, which is huge and very important, so she could see the block and find the spot.
Caroline Shipley sets it to Van Dyne. It's set by Richmond over for Yates, and that one's a bullet, but out. Point Musselman, it's 9-4.
Yeah, it was a smart decision turning line. Yates just got a little under it, and I think the serve was out. The libero's playing the ball above her head inside the three-point line.
Shipley off the net. Van Dyne waits for it. Richmond sets it across to Yates again, directly to Howard. Shipley. And keeping it alive is McCoy, but she hits it out.
Don't panic. All she needed to do, not panic, bring the ball back in play. Didn't need to go in 2. She brings the ball straight up in the air. You live to play another point or two. Another
so it's 9-5
contact.
now. Musselman still in control in set number 1. The serve by
Great
Paige
serve.
Elliott. The Faircloth. Shipley running into it, and I'm going to catch it and throw it to the official. It's 9-6. I was looking to see who to throw it to. Nobody was looking at me. I'm like, what do I do? I'm not one of the players.
I'm not sure that
Should
you're
I have tried
allowed
to pass
do
that
that.
to Howard?
You should have.
I could have gotten an assist on the
Just
night. Yeah.
said it.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Help.
Pass.
Oh, no.
And a miss hit there by Sadie Wright into the stands. Another point for Hedgesville makes it 9-7.
So we've seen 2 balls that have been shanked as a result of what looks like a motion. Arm swing. Quiet arms are good passes. Quiet arms. So when they're swinging their arms like that, that's probably just some of that emotion's going to dial back.
Paige Elliott just barely hits the net. Right
Slow.
to Howard. Right over the net to Willis.
Got to be an angle.
Yates behind her off the block to Faircloth. Shipley sets it for the hammer. Howard beside the block.
No play.
Going to go into the air. Trying to dive right in front of us and keep it alive was Richmond, but it goes over our heads and out instead of behind her to her teammates. It's 10-7 now, Musselman.
Richmond with a great hustle play. I love the smell of Spalding as it runs by my face.
That's the only time that I was happy that I'm 5'8", so that it didn't hit me in the face.
Overpass.
Howard at the net, right back at Hedgesville. It's a point, 11-7.
Yes, please. I'll have another.
A 4-point lead now for Musselman, and it is Madigan Faircloth serving.
The pace of play, if you can't feel it here in this gym, favors Musselman tremendously.
Diving forward and a miss hit by Lexi Winston. Another point for Musselman. It's 12-7, and a timeout will be called by Hedgesville. Let's take a 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Back at Musselman High School, still in set number 1 of high school volleyball between Hedgesville and Musselman. Musselman leads 12-7 in an EPAC battle that decides the conference champion. Faircloth serve. Diving for it is Van Dyne. Richmond gets it over to a teammate who sends it over.
Great adjustment.
McCoy gets the point.
The mangler.
Musselman 13, Hedgesville 7.
And that's the thing about Musselman. You have to respect all 3 attacking positions across the front row at all times. The defense kind of fell asleep on McCoy.
Faircloth to Van Dyne. Richmond behind her to Yates and hits it off the net. Another point for Musselman to make it 14-7.
We've seen both teams now with some emotional type plays, miss hits, unusual for this caliber of play.
Faircloth with another serve and it hits the net. So it's a service error, point Hedgesville to make it 14-8. And a sub will come in. Elena Harper enters on Hedgesville side for Grace Gum.
They took that gum right off the court.
Skylar Yates will serve. To Dunnigan. Shipley behind her for Howard. At Yates. It's at the net. Howard waits for it again. That's the second time we've seen that this evening from her. An absolute rocket makes it 15-8.
Her timing was impeccable.
2 subs enter for Musselman.
And this is where you're in a tough situation. Look at this. Look at the size across the front row now. They're running Crispin on the offhand. A 5'10 sophomore overpass.
Served by Kurnos. Howard at the net again. Gets the roof point. 16-8. Musselman absolutely in the driver's seat right now against the number 3 team in the state in Hedgesville. The senior Emma Kurnos to serve again for Musselman. And her serve goes over to Van Dyne. Richmond behind her. The spike from Willis is recovered. And the hit too hard and a play by Kaylee Chrisman. And it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 16-9.
We had perfect angle. You could see that Chrisman over pursued on her attack. The ball ends up right above her. It's hard to swing and follow through, project the ball down, propel the ball down.
Danica Probst to serve. Goes over to Faircloth. Hutzler sets it for Walker, perfectly over the block, but a diving save by Van Dyne, and it's back to Musselman side. Hutzler, again, another tip, this time by Chrisman. Van Dyne behind her, and a free ball sent by Harper. Hutzler for Howard, and she gets the point. She brought her A game today. The Hammer dropping it down at 17-9.
Who was blocking offhand? Richmond blocking offhand. Musselman runs a shoot to the outside. Your smallest blocker in the front row is going man-to-man, person-to-person against Hannah the Hammer Howard.
Howard with the serve to Van Dyne. Richmond sets it up for Harper, and it's blocked by Addison Walker. 18-9 is the score now.
Yeah, it's a big front row. I mean, this is a very dominant Musselman front row when you're running your offhand blocker as a 5'10 sophomore.
Howard with another serve for Musselman. Over the net to Yates, and she mishits it. It's another point for Musselman. They now lead by 10, 19-9. What a start it is for the #1 team in the state. Howard with another serve for Musselman. Her serve to Van Dyne.
Great pass.
Richmond sets it up for Harper, and another block by Addison Walker, and Kaylee Chrisman makes it 20-9.
Well, it was a great pass. You could have done anything with that. Harper with 199 kills coming into this match tonight, and that's something that probably works 19 out of 20 times until you face Musselman.
Howard serving again for Musselman, and it goes to Van Dyne. Richmond again for Harper. Hutzler behind her for Chrisman, off the block, trying to pancake it, but failing is Van Dyne. Another point for Musselman makes it 21-9, and another timeout called by Hedgesville. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
And welcome back to Musselman High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. The score is 21-9. Musselman dominating Hedgesville in set #1. And it is Hannah Howard serving for the Applemen. Goes back to Van Dyne.
Good pass.
Richmond sets it up off the block. Musselman to Chrisman at Yates. Richmond back up for Harper. And a whistle blows. Point goes to
Chrisman.
Hedgesville, and it's Chrisman called for a foul. So that ends Musselman's run, makes it 21-10. So the timeout for now works for Hedgesville. It'll be Van Dyne serving to Faircloth. Hits it opposite side for Hutzler, and Shipley sends it to Yates. Richmond back up for Harper, and it's blocked by Walker and Chrisman, quickly sent back over. Hutzler for Chrisman, off the block, gets the point, 22-10, Musselman back with the serve.
See, in that situation where Hedgesville, with the save, Miller ends up getting in the way of the setter. That's a situation where they almost need to run her around behind the setter. There's too many situations where they're focused on just the outside hitter. Got to have more offense to be able to throw Musselman off balance.
Walker serves it. Richmond sets it over for Miller.
There you go.
Hutzler for Shipley, gets blocked, and quickly tipping it at the net. Sadie Wright, who just entered, using the 6'1" span of her to her advantage to make it 23-10.
Yeah, and see, and Miller did what she was supposed to do. She gets the ball off block. The ball ends up coming right back, and that's the thing. Musselman's just so well coached.
Walker to Yates. And it goes over towards the bleachers. Nobody runs for it. It's set point at 24-10 for Musselman. The junior Addison Walker trying to put set number 1 away in a statement set number 1, a 14-point lead.
What a serve. Great serve.
Yates has to send a free ball over. Howard.
Perfect pass. Anything can happen.
Hutzler to right. Gets the point. 25-10 is the final in set number 1. Musselman wins easily. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 2. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Wow. What a start.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Musselman High School. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew is John Alderson, Isaiah Horner, and Spencer Dupuis. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Jim, what a first set. Musselman just fully in control there. 25-10 over Hedgesville, and if Hedgesville wants to compete, they're going to need to find some answers fast.
Well, first off, Musselman put their foot on the gas pedal and never took it off. They should be playing that song next, Gas Pedal, because that's exactly what Musselman did. Never slowed down. And let me tell you something else. Hedgesville's got to figure out how to work their defense out, because first off, very difficult for Richmond to block against the outsides like we've talked about since Sports Mix this afternoon at lunchtime. But they also ended up in situations where their offhand and middle attacker were not in a situation where they were prepared to hit, so they ended up in a situation where they had to constantly set the outside hitter, which makes the offense so predictable. That makes it easier for the defense of Musselman.
And it quieted Hedgesville's crowd as well. I'm already looking at the student section behind us. It's a shrunken size for Hedgesville. So Musselman at home with the advantage, but let's see what happens in set number 2, because as you say, momentum's a fickle beast and it can always move in either direction. Both teams getting back on the court and getting back in rotation. Again, this matchup, number 1 versus number 3 in AAA in the state of West Virginia. As the liberos for both sides enter, should be Hedgesville serving first. Let's wait and see who it will be. So we wait for the official to give the ball to Hedgesville, and it looks like it is Grace Gum serving first in set number 2. Grace Gum also chewing on gum, so living up to her name, Jim.
Gum is on the court. We've got Gum on the court.
Gum serve goes to Howard.
Perfect pass.
Hutzler for right, and it's a free ball sent by Yates. Howard to Hutzler, this time for Shipley.
And a kill.
Splitting the defense, Musselman strikes first in set number 2, 1-0.
Richmond trying to block Shipley on the outside. I feel like I've said it ad nauseum, but it's a tough situation, and you can't give Musselman free balls. Hedgesville has got to attack back to try and get Musselman.
Dunnigan serves it. Van Dyne set by, looks like Richmond over for Yates, and she kills it to make it 1-1. Substitute will enter, and it is Penny Willis. Exiting is Danica Probst.
Coach Martz with a subtle reminder to the freshman that McCoy was out of position on defense.
Paige Richmond serving for Hedgesville. It's going to go way back to Howard. Faircloth recovers, but it's going to be a free ball by Shipley. To Hedgesville, Richmond for Yates.
over the block. McCoy keeps it alive. Shipley for right, off the block and back down. Point Hedgesville, as it was Skylar Yates and Paisley Miller making it 2-1 Hedgesville. Paige Richmond with another serve, and it goes just barely in play. Hard to tell from our angle, but it's a point for Hedgesville. They now lead 3-1.
Dunnigan was right there. She chased it to the line. Made the decision, just happened to be wrong.
Paige Richmond serving again for the Eagles to Faircloth. Shipley for right, and it comes over towards the net, through it. Richmond couldn't get there. It's a point for Musselman. It's now 3-2. Hedgesville still up by 1, but Musselman will serve, and it's Caroline Shipley to do so. Shipley serves. Over to the back line from Gum. Richmond across to Yates, and she's going to push it to the back, and it's out of play. We're tied up at 3 apiece.
I like the idea. Pushing the, it's almost a form of free ball. I mean, it was a deep tip or dink, and she pushed the ball to the absolute deepest part of the court, which would have given the defense plenty of time to set up, an opportunity for Musselman to not make an effective pass. So, just unfortunately, she pushed a little too far.
Shipley serves it over and out of play, so it's a point for Hedgesville. They retake the lead at 4-3. Entering for Hedgesville is Lexi Winston, as well as Paige Elliott, who will serve.
Yeah, and see, Musselman, it feels like they're in control. They've got to be careful. This is one of those times where they can't let something happen.
Shipley for Howard, and it's off the hands, off the scoreboard, and
off the camera.
Almost off our camera. I don't know if it hit it, but we're tied up at 4 apiece.
Didn't hit the camera. The producer, on-site engineer, Spencer Dupuis, with the big head shake. Everything is safe and running effectively.
Faircloth serves it over to Hedgesville. And setting it is Richmond, and a lift call. Good call from our side as well. It's 5-4 Musselman. Is that what your sound effects were?
Well, you can't. I mean, I'm this close to the bench, man. I'm sweating. I got goosebumps.
Faircloth to Yates. Set up by Richmond. Back for Yates. Faircloth, and Howard kicks it at a teammate trying to keep it alive. Almost hit Dunnigan in the face. We're tied back up at 5. Kicking is legal, but dangerous.
High drama at 5-all.
Skylar Yates to serve. It's it to Walker Shipley. Back for Walker, and the point goes to Hedgesville. Makes it 6-5. I don't know if it was blocked or if it stayed at the net.
Yeah, I don't think it went. But Walker with a huge swing. I mean, a big swing.
Confidence is key. Skylar Yates serves again, this time to Howard. Shipley sets it for Walker. She gets it over the block this time. Richmond puts it back, and Yates sends a free ball. Faircloth. Shipley sets it up for Howard, and it's out. Point Hedgesville. They now lead 7-5. One of the rare times that you're going to see Howard miss in location.
Yeah, and like the dynamic hitter that she is, she looked right back at the lines person and begged for a touch.
Yates to Walker. Faircloth. Howard again. This time does not have as much power.
It's tight.
And it's to Faircloth. Shipley for Howard. Puts more finesse on it, but diving forward is Richmond. Yates misses. It's a point for Musselman to make it 7-6.
Yeah, when that attacker comes up with her hand way wide open up in the air, everyone, they got to read that tip.
Kurnos and Chrisman enter for Musselman. And it'll be the senior Emma Kurnos back to serve. Trying to get a 7-7 tie as it's 7-6. Kurnos serves it to Van Dyne.
Great pass.
Set by Richmond over for off the block and getting the point, trying to see exactly who that was. I believe it's Elena Harper, making it 8-6. So a 2-point lead for Hedgesville, and it'll be Danica Props to serve. And it goes off the net. Beautiful pancake by Shipley. Howard off the block to Van Dyne. Richmond
Harper, miss hit, point Hedgesville. It's 9-6. Beautiful pancake there by Shipley.
But very good timing.
Nothing doing from it. Probst will serve again for Hedgesville.
Tight, no play.
And an ace as Hutzler can't hustle enough towards it. It's 10-6 now, Hedgesville. Probst will serve again for the Eagles.
You just felt the energy drop a little bit by Musselman once they had that big win.
And it's a hard serve. Out of play, the service error gives Musselman its 7th point of set number 2. It's now 10-7.
At 17, they gotta keep pressing. Need a good serve and then big defense.
Hannah Howard will serve for Musselman. Almost hits the net. Van Dyne mispasses it over towards the score table. Out of play, and it's a point for Musselman to make it 10-8.
The worst possible thing that could happen to Hedgesville. Richmond's at the 4 and has to run to her offensive base all the way at the 2. She's got a 30-foot run, and the ball's passed 10 feet out of bounds.
Howard serving again for Musselman. To Van Dyne.
It's a free
for
ball.
Probst, and Yates sends it short, and Walker and Shipley with some miscommunication gets the point for Hedgesville to make it 11-8. Sean Martz, Musselman's coach, not happy with that lack of communication.
See, that's where you got to keep your foot on the pedal. You got to be aggressive. You're moving to the ball. You want the ball.
Van Dyne serving it at Shipley. Hutzler sets it up for Shipley over the block.
She went line. She attacked Richmond.
And a block by Walker, and Chrisman gets the point for Musselman to make it 11-9. And Sadie Wright will check in for Faircloth as Addison Walker will serve for the Lady Applemen. Walker serve, way over and out. It's a point for Hedgesville to make it 12-9. Entering the game is Grace Gum again for Hedgesville, and she will serve for the Eagles. Gum serves it at Faircloth. Hutzler right in front of the net, puts it for Chrisman. Shipley for Howard from the back. Richmond sets it up for Miller. Howard gets right back up and sends a free ball. Richmond for Yates over the block.
Another free ball.
Hutzler and Shipley keep it alive. Faircloth sends another free ball. Richmond.
In the driver's seat.
Blocked,
block.
Out of play. Faircloth can't get there. It's a point for Hedgesville to make it 13-9.
And that's what Hedgesville needs to do. They've got to move the offense around. Richmond was able to get in control. Great set. Miller with the kill.
Grace Gum with another serve. This one, hard one to Howard. Hutzler for Wright, and she finds an empty spot on the court, gets the point for Musselman to make it 13-10. And Ada McCoy as well as Ava Dunnigan will come back into the match for Musselman, and Ava Dunnigan will serve.
No block for Hedgesville. Both Miller and Richmond still stood flat-footed and gave Wright a free swing.
And another overpowered serve gets the point for Hedgesville to make it 14-10.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Coach Martz was talking about. A couple serve-receive errors. Now to back-to-back service errors. It's almost like
Richmond serve. Howard and Faircloth almost run into each other. Shipley for McCoy.
Nice
blocked by Willis, but it stays in front of her, so it's a point for Musselman. 14-11 is the score now. Hedgesville still in the lead, but Caroline Shipley's going to try to chip away at it as it's a serve for Musselman.
Yeah, freshman gets a kill off block.
Shipley over and out again. 3 straight serves at result in errors makes it 15-11 Hedgesville. Paige Elliott will serve for the Eagles. Elliott serve over to Howard, passes it to Shipley. Sadie Wright does not go into the bleachers. And it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 16-11. March still has 2 timeouts in his pocket. Decides not to use it yet. Paige Elliott will serve. And it's a knuckler
Oh, my, that's
Back
a
over
huge
to
mistake for
Faircloth.
Hedgesville.
Shipley for Sadie Wright. Diving is Richmond. And miscommunication there between Grace Gum and Paige Elliott. Gets a point for Musselman to make it 16-12. Walker enters the match for Musselman in the place of Addison Walker.
Yeah, I don't know if the free ball was out, but Hedgesville takes a free ball and overpasses a free ball back to Musselman. Allows them to set up their offense. That is an unfortunate mistake.
Madigan Faircloth will serve. Olbero hits it towards Hedgesville off the net. And Richmond, and then Yates with a beautiful hit to keep it alive. Winston sends it over.
Not a good
Shipley
pass.
for Howard. She keeps it short, just over the block. Richmond with another dive. Yates to the back line. It's out. Point Musselman. The score is now 16-13. We keep seeing that now from Skylar Yates, just trying to push it towards that back corner instead of spiking it down. Faircloth to Van Dyne. A set for Yates. It's blocked. Van Dyne. And a free ball sent to Musselman.
Perfect
Shipley with
pass.
the set for Ada McCoy off the block. And it's a point for Musselman to make it 16-14.
They stole the Mangler's kill. That was a kill for the Mangler. Net violation.
The senior Madigan Faircloth with another serve. It's going to go to Yates.
Perfect pass.
Richmond sets it across the net for Yates at Howard. Dunnigan keeps it alive, and Shipley sends a quick free ball. Diving and getting it is Hedgesville, sent over by Willis. Howard.
That's in.
Just in. It's a 1-point match, 16-15, and it'll be Faircloth trying to tie it for Musselman.
Hedgesville is just so vulnerable against the big outside hitters.
Faircloth serves to Yates. Richmond sets it across for Yates. Over Howard off the net. And Ada McCoy can't hit it. It's a point for Hedgesville. It's a 2-point lead now for them at 17-15.
Got to turn and find the ball.
And Skylar Yates will now serve for Hedgesville. Yates to Dunnigan.
Great pass by Dunnigan.
Shipley up for Howard off the net. Behind it, and a free ball sent over by Hedgesville. Faircloth. Shipley for Howard again. This time she gets the kill. Makes it 17-16.
Willis was just a little bit late, I think.
Entering the match is Emma Kurnos as well as Kaylee Chrisman for Ava Dunnigan and Ada McCoy. And it'll be the senior Emma Kurnos back to serve, trying to tie it up for Musselman. Musselman won set number 1, 25-10. Right now, trail by 1. Kurnos to Van Dyne. Richmond sets it behind her. Goes right to Faircloth. Shipley for Howard. Over the block. Richmond was ready for it. Van Dyne for Yates. To the back. Shipley at the net. Walker back to Howard. And during the dive, it looks like Walker just went under the net, so it's a point for Hedgesville. It's 18-16. Her hand must have just touched the opposite side there at that green line underneath the net. So Probst will serve. At Shipley. Hutzler sets for Walker. She gets the point. It's a 1-point match again, 18-17. Musselman trying to crawl its way back in the lead, and it'll be the junior Hannah Howard to serve. Howard, her serve, off the net and down. A service error makes it 19-17 Hedgesville. And it'll be the libero for Hedgesville, Kelsey Van Dyne, serving. Van Dyne serve. Off the net, Shipley, and her hand was not underneath it, so it's a point for Hedgesville. Makes it 20-17. That was very close, Jim, but I agree with the call. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the ball was on the ground. I was looking at the adjustment after the ball hit the ground for no pancake. I was watching Dunnigan, getting some advice from Coach Martz, and another play off the net.
Faircloth. Shipley off the block to Van Dyne. Richmond sets it up for Harper. It's at a play, point Musselman to make it 20-18. And entering on the front line is the 6'1", Sadie Wright. So a lot of height up front. You got Wright, Shipley, and I believe that is Dunnigan as well. Back to serve is Walker. Off the net and on the court. It's an ace for Musselman. Back within one. It's 20-19. They have yet to get a tie, though. Each time they put it within one, it's been a point for Hedgesville. Let's see if that changes now.
Yeah, great serve by Walker.
Addison Walker, a junior here at Musselman High School. Trying to keep the momentum on the Appleman side. Her serve over to Van Dyne.
Perfect pass.
Richmond, and a kill by Miller. Off Chrisman. It's another point for Hedgesville to make it 21-19. Perfectly placed right at the chest of Chrisman. Nothing she could do about it, but hope that somebody was going to get a lucky hit off the bounce.
Yeah, I would be arguing for prolonged contact.
It was close. I definitely saw it as well.
If the ball's behind the plane of your body and you move it to the front of your body, how's that not a lift?
Grace Gum to Howard. Hutzler for Shipley off the net, and it's going to roll. Richmond to Yates. The beautiful kill by Skylar Yates makes it 22-19. Hedgesville 3 points away from tying it at one set apiece.
Yeah, Block's got to reach for that, man. That ball's tight. You can take that ball right from her. Got to reach. Got plenty of size in the front row.
Grace Gum serves it to Hannah Howard. Hutzler. No. And a free ball sent by Chrisman.
Not the best pass.
Richmond behind her from Miller. Howard running for it is Hutzler. It's going to go off the scoreboard, and Howard sends a free ball, but a whistle was blown, and a timeout will be called as the point goes to Hedgesville there. A 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. Hedgesville on the road right now, in control of set number 2, 23-19, as the timeout was just called by Musselman, and it'll be Grace Gum still serving for Hedgesville. Trying to get the Eagles to set point. Gum serves it to Howard. It's going to go towards the net. Hutzler into the air for Shipley, off the block. Coming forward and hitting it is Probst. Richmond over for Yates. It's going to go into the middle. Howard pancakes it. Fair cloth and a free ball sent by Shipley.
Hedgesville has to use this.
Richmond, Yates. Helps called by Wright. Chrisman off the block, and it's off the court before it hit the hand of Gum, so it's a point for Musselman to make it 23-20. Ada McCoy and Ava Dunnigan will enter again for Musselman, and Dunnigan will be back to serve, trying to tie things up and maybe even possibly take the lead for the Applemen. Dunnigan serves it at Gum. Richmond sets it over for Skylar Yates, off the block, and it's a point for Hedgesville. They now have set point opportunity. It's 24-20. And it was Shipley called with the foul for Musselman. Paige Richmond trying to get the win in set number 2 for Hedgesville. And it's short. Dunnigan,
Perfect
Shipley
pass
for Sadie
Wright.
Wright. It's off the block. Point goes to Musselman to make it 24-21. And now Caroline Shipley needs 3 straight set points to tie it and 5 straight to win. Shipley serves it. Richmond sets it for Yates. She gets the win for Hedgesville in set number 2, 25-21. So we're tied up at 1 set apiece between Hedgesville and Musselman. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 3. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Conveniently located at 440 Williamsport Pike in Martinsburg, Sunset Car Wash's staff specializes in keeping your car clean. From our famous 3-minute cloth wash to our touchless automatic and 6 self-serve bays, we offer whatever preference you have for your car wash needs. If your vehicle could talk, it would say, "Take me to Sunset Car Wash." At Sunset Car Wash at 440 Williamsport Pike in Martinsburg, locally owned and operated.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Inside Musselman High School, Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. We have Spencer Dupuy, John Alderton, and Isaiah Horner on site crew-wise. And back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. We had to set number 3 tied up 1-1 as Hedgesville wins the second set 25-21. And right as I said at the start of set number 1, momentum is a fickle beast that goes either way because Musselman dominated the first set 25-10. And now Hedgesville had the answers they needed to win by 4 in set number 2. And here we are, 1-1, Jim.
Well, at one point there were 3 missed serves in a row. We also saw Musselman go through their signature period of almost complacency, walking through serve receive, balls being passed away from the setter's base 10, 15 feet off the net, which make the angles much more predictable for Hedgesville's defense. Conversely, I thought Hedgesville got Miller a little bit more involved in the offense. She was able to execute. She had the power dink that looked like she was throwing out a runner at first. But that's what they needed to do to soften Musselman up.
We'll get ready to start the third set in the best of 5 between the number 3 Hedgesville Eagles and the number 1 team in the state, Musselman Appleman. And it should be Musselman to serve now. Got a dance show going on both sides. Soldier Boy is playing here inside the gym. And it'll be Musselman serving. Addison Walker will start set number 3. After we have Libero checking in for Hedgesville. Addison Walker, the junior, standing in at 5'8", a middle hitter typically for Musselman, serving to Hedgesville. And it's going to go right back over Howard. Hutzler sets it for Sadie Wright. It's blocked, back over the net, and out of play, so Hedgesville gets the first point in set number 3.
We've seen Musselman struggle at times against the bigger block. For example, we know that Spring Mills appeared to frustrate Musselman at times. With Miller in the front row right now, she has the ability to do that.
Grace Gum serves it over and out, so service error ties it up at 1 apiece. And Musselman's freshman Ada McCoy, as well as sophomore Ava Dunnigan, checks in, and it will be Dunnigan to serve. Dunnigan serve over to Gum. Richmond sets it for Yates. Diving and getting it is Dunnigan, then Faircloth, and Howard sends it over. Miller gets it blocked back at Hedgesville. Richmond, this time over for Yates. It's blocked by Wright, but stays in front of her, and she can't hit it back up. It's a point for Hedgesville. They now lead 2-1 over Musselman.
And the Gatorade chants come in for Skylar Yates.
Paige Richmond to Faircloth. Into the air for Shipley. Ada McCoy ties it up at 2 apiece. The Mangler gets the kill.
It's a great decision. Work the outsides against the smaller blocking. That was a great play that McCoy executed. The Mangler.
Caroline Shipley almost off the net. Van Dyne, Richmond for Skylar Yates. And gets the point. 3-2 Hedgesville leads. Faircloth tried to get the pancake, but just missed the ball. And it'll be Hedgesville to serve. Looks like Paige Elliott will do so. Whistle blows. Ball's in the air from Paige Elliott, and her serve goes to Howard.
Tough.
At the net, stays to Shipley and right, hits it back over. Yates for Richmond behind her, and Willis sends it towards the middle. McCoy steps forward. Shipley comes around her and sets it for Howard. It's going to go to the opposite side, right in front of Yates. We're tied back up at 3 apiece. Addison Walker will now enter for Sadie Wright. Back to serve for Musselman is Madigan Faircloth. Faircloth off the net. Richmond keeps it alive. Van Dyne for Skylar Yates. And it's in. Point Hedgesville makes it 4-3. Yates, after getting the kill, will now serve. Skylar Yates, Gatorade Athlete of the Year for volleyball last year. Her serve goes to Ada McCoy. Dunnigan over for Addison Walker over the block, right at Yates. Richmond for Harper, and it's sent back over. Yates, Richmond for Harper again. And it's a point for Musselman as it went out of play. So we're tied up at 4 all, and it'll be a serve for Musselman as Emma Kurnos as well as Kaylee Chrisman enter.
Yeah, Harper with the hitting error, but man, that's a freshman. I mean, the swing before that was outstanding. And Howard, if it weren't for a dynamic little fister across.
The serve by Kurnos to Van Dyne at the net. Stays. Richmond has to get out of the way. And Willis sends it over.
Sports karma, Chrisman.
Chrisman makes it 5-4 Musselman. It'll be Emma Kurnos to serve again for the Applemen. Kurnos.
There's a serves it over. Out of rotation. The down official, the AR asked right before the serve. She never got back to base.
So it's now 6-4. That's the second time this evening we've seen Hedgesville out of rotation. They all look in confusion as well, trying to figure out who it was, and it looks like it's Paige Richmond. So she goes back to the back line, and Elena Harper is up front.
Right, Willis is listed as the opposite, and so Willis should always be opposite Richmond.
Kurnos to Van Dyne. Richmond sets it over for Harper. Off the block, Howard. Faircloth to Chrisman. Yates hits it towards the net. Richmond for Harper again. And it goes to Kurnos, who backs away. Shipley sets it for Howard. It's blocked. And the block touches the net, so it's a point for Musselman to make it. Looks like 7-4. The Applemen are in control, and it'll be Emma Kurnos still serving. Emma Kurnos' serve to the near side at Yates. Richmond sets it behind her, and it's going to be punched over by Willis. Shipley behind her for Chrisman. Richmond over for Harper. Off the block. Right behind her was Van Dyne. Yates from the back to Kurnos. Right back over to Van Dyne. Richmond at the net. Walker's going to get there first. Gets the point for Musselman. It's 8-4.
Walker with an outstanding athletic play, anticipating the ball entering the plane of the net, and deposited it where no one was.
Emma Kurnos serves it over. Yates.
Trouble.
And Van Dyne. Looks like Van Dyne had the first one. Yates gets it, and a free ball sent over.
Perfect pass.
Shipley for the hammer. Gets the point off the hands of Paige Richmond.
Timeout.
It's 9-4. Timeout will be called by Hedgesville as Musselman now leads by 5. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. a family-owned business. We support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. We're in set number 3 of the best of 5 between the Hedgesville Eagles and Musselman Applemen. We're tied at 1 apiece in sets, and Musselman leads 9-4 over Hedgesville in the third. Emma Kurnos still serving for Musselman. As the Hedgesville timeout ends, both teams back on the court. Kurnos serves it over to Hedgesville. Van Dyne. Running forward is Richmond. Yates hits it over for Kurnos. Shipley sets it behind her, and getting the point is Kaylee Chrisman to make it 10-4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's something like 3. Chrisman, her last 3 contacts have resulted in kills. She is definitely feeling it, the sophomore.
Emma Kurnos with another serve for Musselman. Hits it at Yates. Richmond over for Harper, and Harper hits that one. Makes it 11-4 Musselman.
Think about this front row right now, Colin. We're going to be calling this exact front row next year. Chrisman is a sophomore. Howard and Walker are juniors.
Kurnos will serve again for Musselman. To Van Dyne. Richmond takes a couple steps towards the ball and sets it up. The spike by Willis off the block. Howard off the net and back. A free ball will be sent over by Yates. Kurnos keeps it alive. Shipley for Howard.
Great
Van
spot.
Dyne. Richmond. Yates off the net. Chrisman was there. Howard again over the block. Diving for it and getting it, but it goes off the back of a teammate from Richmond. It's another point for Musselman to make it 12-4.
Richmond with an outstanding dig attempt, just perfectly placed by Howard.
8-point lead now for Musselman in set number 3. Kurnos, her serve over to Van Dyne. It's going to go back over the net. Chrisman, Faircloth behind Howard, but she still gets it over the net to Van Dyne.
Swing.
Richmond for Harper, over the net, and it looks like somebody touched the net on Hedgesville, so it's another point for Musselman to make it 13-4.
Harper, the freshman, with a net violation. Gotta love her attack, though. Very aggressive, super aggressive against a big double block.
Emma Kurnos with another serve. To Yates. Richmond back to Skylar Yates, and she's just going to easily send it to Faircloth. Shipley for Howard, and it's tipped. Point Musselman. They now lead by 10, 14-4. Set number 3 right now, looking a lot like set number 1, Jim.
Yeah, up block, and starts with Kurnos. Kurnos is making good serves, and that it was almost a free ball that came from Hedgesville last time because Kurnos' serve was so well placed.
Kurnos serves it to Yates.
Perfect pass.
Richmond over for Harper. And it's a point for Musselman. It went through the block before it went out. Nobody ever tipped it. It's 15-4 now. Musselman up by 11 points.
Yeah, rather than blow the timeout, they're going to make the substitution.
Addie Miller will enter on Musselman's side. As for Hedgesville, it is Layla Shropshire. Kurnos, still the server for Musselman. A whistle blows. Kurnos serves to Van Dyne. Richmond into the air for Shropshire. Shipley for Miller to Van Dyne. Stepping forward is Richmond, setting it behind her, and it's blocked by Howard and Miller. Yates pushes it back to Faircloth. Shipley over for Howard. Oh my goodness, Hannah Howard makes it 16-4 with a heat-seeking missile that almost looked like it was going to break the wood on the court. Wish I had a speed gun radar-wise down here to see how fast that one was. It's a 12-point lead now for Musselman. Kurnos to Van Dyne, and it's going to go over. Yates runs for it, and a free ball sent by Richmond. Shipley sets it behind her, and Howard, this time instead of power, gets some finesse. It's 17-4 now. Musselman in the driver's seat, foot completely on the gas pedal. And there's no stopping him, it looks like, in set number 3.
Yates is in the back row. Harper has missed a couple hits, so right now Hedgesville in a real tough position offensively.
Shropshire.
It's way in.
And it's in as Shipley and Faircloth let it go in between them, so Hedgesville finally gets a point. It's 17-5. And I don't have off the top of my head how many points in a row that was for Musselman, but it was definitely a lot. And it's Danica Props to serve for Hedgesville.
Well, Hedgesville called timeout at 4-9, so it was a lot.
Howard off the block. It's going to spin and stay on the side and out of play. So it's a point for Musselman because it went out of play.
Hit the antenna. That's exactly right, even though it rolled 30 feet along the net.
Beautiful block by Hedgesville, just an unfortunate spin of the volleyball.
Yep, got to penetrate.
So 18-5. Howard serves it to Yates. Richmond for Shropshire over the block to Faircloth. And it's Howard from the back line to Yates. Richmond up and way too hard by Lexi Winston, out of play. It's now 20-5.
Yeah, Hedgesville's in a real tough spot. Miller's on the bench, Yates is in the back row, and Harper missed a couple attacks.
Excuse me, ahead of myself. It is 19-5. Anna Howard will serve. Howard, a service error makes it 19-6. So the ball over to Hedgesville's side, and it'll be the libero Kelsey Van Dyne to serve. Kelsey Van Dyne trying to get momentum on Hedgesville's side. Her serve to Faircloth. Howard for Shipley to the opposite side for Van Dyne. Richmond sets it to Shropshire. Howard, Hutzler behind her for Weatherholtz. It's going to go over to Hutzler. Faircloth for Shipley again off the block. Richmond. And Yates is just going to push it over. It's short. Diving for it is Hutzler. Faircloth off the block to Yates. Richmond for Hedgesville to Shropshire. Through the block, back to Howard. Hutzler sets it up for Shipley. It's behind her. Yates sets. Richmond and a pass. Almost getting the block is Addie Miller, but it stays on the side of Musselman, so it's a point for Hedgesville, makes it 19-7.
We're very liberal with the power dink. I mean, it looked like she threw it.
Van Dyne serving to Faircloth. Hutzler up for Shipley. It's going to go off the net. They're saying it was tipped, and now they changed their mind. So it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 19-8. Very late whistle there, but I agree with it. I did not see the block ever make contact with the ball.
No, the ball came off the tape. There was no change to the spin. It came off dead. Makes me think it hit the net.
Van Dyne to Faircloth. Miller. And Hannah Howard sends a free ball to Van Dyne. Richmond sets it up for Miller. Hutzler to Faircloth behind her. And stepping forward and overhitting it is Kaylee Weatherholtz to make it 19-9. So Musselman only up by 10 now, but still in control. But you see some frustration setting in on the face of Musselman's coach, Sean Marks.
Yeah, it was not a very good pass, and then a real high set. Another not good pass.
Gets it back for Faircloth, and a free ball to Yates. Richmond sets it for Miller. It's blocked, but back at Shropshire. Yates
free ball.
Dives, and a free ball sent over to
Gotta
Shipley.
use this.
And she gets the point. Caroline Shipley makes it 20-9 Musselman. And entering is Sadie Wright for the libero Madigan Faircloth. Back to serve now for Musselman will be Addie Miller.
I think Hedgesville is one rotation away from Yates in the front row. Musselman has got to score a point or two here.
Miller's serve goes to Probst. Richmond passes it to Miller, and it's off the block for Wright.
Good coverage.
She decides to keep it out of her hand and let it go towards Shipley. Hutzler to Howard for Shipley, off the net and to the back line. Richmond sets it across, and it's a point for Hedgesville. Layla Shropshire makes it 20-10.
Shropshire with the kill.
Grace Gum will now serve for Hedgesville, who trail by 10. Gum to Howard. Hutzler for Shipley to Van Dyne. Richmond sets it up for Yates to Howard. Hutzler for Shipley. Over the block, past Gum. Point Musselman, 21-10 is the score now. Ada McCoy as well as Ava Dunnigan re-enter for Musselman. So a lot of height on the front line of Musselman now, and a lot of height on Hedgesville side. It should be a fun one when they clash at the net. Yates sends a free ball. Dunnigan, Shipley for Ada McCoy over the block, but Grace Gum keeps it alive. Yates gets the kill for Hedgesville to make it 21-11. Perfect placement by Skylar Yates over towards the far side, and then hits it to the near side. Paige Richmond will serve. Faircloth, Shipley sets it up for Howard, over the block of Miller. Diving forward is Richmond, running into Yates, so they have to quickly reset the defense. And Penny Willis gets the block, and it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 21-12.
I don't know. I have no idea how that could be called a lift. That was terrible. That was not a good call.
I'm just as confused as you are, Jim. It's now a 9-point lead for Musselman. Hedgesville very slowly chipping away. Richmond to Howard. Running forward to Shipley. Back to Howard from the back line. Gum dives and keeps it alive. Skylar Yates past the block. Dunnigan does not get the pancake. Another whistle to stop it. It's a point for Hedgesville, 21-13. Back to back.
Got to get a pass.
Confusing calls that I don't know if everybody fully agrees with, but nonetheless, it's a point for Hedgesville. Richmond. Shipley for Wright. Again at the net, and Ada McCoy.
Her follow through.
Follow through hits the net. It's a point for Hedgesville to make it 21-14. And what was once a 15-point lead is now a 7-point lead. Paige Richmond to Howard.
Oh, way off the net.
Shipley.
Tough angle.
For Howard, pushing it to the middle. Richmond is there. Miller.
Free ball.
Free ball sent by Richmond.
Okay, should run the whole offense.
Shipley.
Oh,
to Richmond.
That.
Yates to the back for Howard. Shipley up for Ada McCoy. Beautiful sound off that kill. The freshman gets the point for Musselman to make it 22-14.
Yeah, Willis has to go head-to-head with Mangler there. That's a real tough pill to swallow. McCoy with a great swing.
She hit that one perfectly. You could hear the pop off the spike from here, and it's Shipley with the serve.
And a miss serve.
And it goes over and out of play, makes it 22-15. Musselman still in the lead, but it's back within 7. And Hedgesville gets the serve. Paige Elliott checks in and will do so.
This is one of those situations as a coach you don't want to call a timeout because you want your players to figure it out.
Elliott to Howard. Shipley back to Howard. Off the block. And it's a point Musselman as the block looks like hit the net, and it's number 7, Penny Willis, doing so to make it 23-15. And it'll be the libero Madigan Faircloth, senior from Musselman, to serve.
Boys fixing some equipment.
23-15, Musselman leads. Faircloth serve to Van Dyne. Back over to Howard. Hits it right back at Van Dyne. And Yates sends it over. Shipley. Faircloth calls off her teammates. Hits it up for McCoy. Off the block. Wow. It's set point now. 24-15. Musselman can win set number 3 right here, right now, and take a 2-1 lead.
McCoy's timing is just unbelievable for a freshman.
Faircloth to Van Dyne.
Tight. It's
Richmond at the net to Yates. Howard and Faircloth dive for it. Can't get there. Point for Hedgesville to make it 24-16. But Skylar Yates is going to have to carry her team to 8 straight points to tie it. And if she can't, Musselman wins the third set. Skylar Yates serves it over to Musselman. Goes to Dunnigan Shipley for Miller. Off the block. Gets the point. And Musselman wins set number 3, 25-16 over Hedgesville. They now lead 2-1. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 4. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
Hi, my name's Corey, and I'm here at Orsini's in beautiful Martinsburg, West Virginia. We no longer specialize in only appliances. We have kitchen design, countertops, cabinets, flooring, and even a new 1,200 square foot sleep studio with brands such as Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. 304-267-7251, 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. We price match the big box stores, and we give back to our local community.
Orsini's.com.
Welcome back to Klein Court here at Musselman High School. Do the Humpty Hump right now as Musselman leads 2-1 over Hedgesville. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew this evening is John Alderton, Isaiah Horner, and Spencer Dupuis. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. We get ready for set number 4. If Musselman wins, they are the regular season Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference champions and will be the number 1 seed to enter the postseason next week. Hedgesville has to win the next 2 sets to survive, and if they do so, I don't know what the tiebreaker is then, because both teams will win by 5 sets, so we'll have to figure out what that is, but obviously don't want to get ahead of ourselves because winning back-to-back sets is definitely a challenge, especially against the number 1 team in the state, Jim.
Well, the last time these 2 teams faced off, Hedgesville had a 2-1 lead after 3, and Musselman prevailed.
So maybe the opposite will occur tonight. Let's wait and see what happens. It'll be Hedgesville to serve first when we get started in set number 4. And it looks like the officials are talking to Musselman's student section. Don't know exactly what it is. So some confusion going on. But obviously Hedgesville student section happy that they're not the ones getting in trouble. But whatever it is,
that's not an official's job. There's an administrator on duty. And in my opinion, the official should be talking to the administrator on duty if there is an issue in the stands. I mean, can you imagine that an NFL official chastising the crowd? I mean, what would happen? My goodness.
They'd get booed. Grace Gum serves first for Hedgesville. Faircloth over for Walker, and the kill from Musselman.
A net violation on Yates.
A net violation on Skylar Yates means Musselman gets the first point in set number 4.
Yates looked confused. I did not have a good line of sight.
I did not either, but Musselman in control to start the 4th set, and Ava Dunnigan will serve. Goes over to Gum. Richmond across for Yates, off the block of Wright and Shipley, but kept alive. Wright back at her. Shipley back to Wright. She gets the point. It's 2-0 Musselman.
Very smart play by Wright. She found the spot. She had plenty of time to look at it, kept the ball in front of her, and deposited it right behind the 2.
Wright made the right play.
The right stuff. That was a stuff block.
Gets it to Gum. Ada McCoy makes it 3-0 Musselman, the freshman with the roof.
Not the start that Hedgesville hoped for.
And you can see Musselman in sync right now as they all spun around there after that roof. Perfect synchronization. Dunnigan to Van Dyne. Richmond. Yates sends the free ball. Dunnigan, Shipley. Up for the freshman Ada McCoy. Another point in Musselman. It's 4-0. The Applemen continue to be in control.
Yeah, this team has so many weapons, and here's McCoy starting in the fourth set. I mean, this is just unbelievable.
Dunnigan serves it over and out of play, so a point for Hedgesville makes it 4-1.
Dunnigan, the sophomore, with just a little bit too much on that one, and Coach Marks imploring for a pass here in serve receive.
Paige Richmond to serve for Hedgesville. Richmond serve. Short, right in front of Dunnigan. It's an ace for Hedgesville to make it 4-2. Both teams reset. Richmond with another serve for Hedgesville. Dunnigan gets it this time. Shipley for the freshman. It's going to be blocked high into the air, right back at Dunnigan. Shipley.
Back to McCoy.
Back to McCoy, the freshman, off the block. Yates, Richmond, behind her.
Roof.
And it's another roof between Chrisman and McCoy. Point Musselman, 5-2 they lead.
McCoy with a solo stuff block after the swing. Unbelievable.
The freshman almost becoming a secret weapon right now for Musselman. And a service error by Caroline Shipley makes it 5-3.
Mental, those types of mistakes, my goodness.
Serving now for Hedgesville will be Paige Elliott. Elliott serves to Faircloth. Crouches down for it. Shipley to Howard. And it goes off the hands of Elliott. Point Musselman, they now lead 6-3.
And see, that would have been one of the times where I believe that you could have called hands right there. When the setter moved her hip to the outside, the ball came out with a right to left spin, almost like a curveball. It's indicated the double contact.
Faircloth serves it to Yates. Yates sends it over to Richmond, who sends it back to Yates. Back on Musselman's side now, and Howard hits it off the antenna. It's a point for Hedgesville. It's now 6-4. Musselman still leads.
Again, it's a mental mistake. Shipley takes the pass from Howard. How can Howard get outside for a shoot?
Skylar Yates serves it. Shipley behind her. And Ada McCoy just misses getting it over the net. So Hedgesville within one now. It's 6-5.
Yeah, and Walker was right there. Oh my goodness, the set to the outside. Everybody guessed center back. Walker would have had a clear path.
Skylar Yates misserves that one. Very poor hit from her. Makes it 7-5 Musselman. Emma Kurnos as well as Kaylee Chrisman check in for Musselman, and it'll be Kurnos back to serve.
Back serving number 17, Kurnos.
Emma Kurnos, the senior who we saw give Musselman the control in the fourth set, serves it over the net. And it goes to Shipley from Hedgesville. Faircloth into the air for the hammer. Hannah Howard off the block. It's a point for Musselman. Makes it 8-5.
Yeah, Kurnos did have that nice little run in the third set. This is our opportunity to keep it going right here. The senior.
Kurnos with another serve for Musselman. Goes over to Van Dyne. Richmond for Harper over the net. And Howard hits it back over and out of play. It's a point for Hedgesville. Makes it 8-6. Checking into the game is Danica Probst for Hedgesville, and she was served for Musselman. Isabella Hutzler checks in as well. Probst serves a hard one to Faircloth. Hutzler for Howard, off the block and out of play. Beautiful kill for Musselman, makes it 9-6.
It's a kill off block.
Yep. Just had the power to get it to come back to their side and out of play. Howard will now serve for Musselman. And it goes to Yates. Richmond sets it back up for Skylar Yates, and she hits it directly to Howard.
Perfect pass.
Hutzler
Anything can happen.
for Walker,
Someone hit the net.
and it's just in. Point Musselman, 10-6 is the score. Appleman up by 4.
I wondered if Walker's fingertip caught the net with her follow-through, but placed it inside for the point. Musselman up 10-6.
Howard with another serve for Musselman.
Great
Van Dyne. Richmond for Harper. Off the block. Yates keeps it alive for Hedgesville and sends it over the net. Shipley.
It's tight.
Hutzler. Her foot was right on there.
13.
And
Winston.
it's Winston giving the point to Musselman to make it 11-6. But that was very close with the set by Hutzler, and a timeout will be called. Let's take a 30-second break. Then we'll be right back for more volleyball action. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, my name's Corey, and I'm here at Orsini's in beautiful Martinsburg, West Virginia. We no longer specialize in only appliances. We have kitchen design, countertops, cabinets, flooring, and even a new 1,200 square foot sleep studio with brands such as Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. 304-267-7251, 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. We price match the big box stores, and we give back to our local community.
Orsini's.com.
Welcome back to Musselman High School. The Lady Applemen lead Hedgesville in the 4th set, 11-6. The hammer. Hannah Howard for Musselman sets it over, and
the timeout works.
Just out of play, so Hedgesville's timeout works. A service error makes it 11-7. And it'll be Kelsey Van Dyne to serve now for Hedgesville. Van Dyne to Shipley, into the middle for Hutzler. Hutzler sets it back for Shipley. And it's going to be a bump by Probst, set by Richmond. And a spike from Harper. Back over by Chrisman. Yates to Miller. Off the net. Shipley dives back down. And it is back and forth we go. Free ball. Set over. Chrisman gets blocked. Point Hedgesville. Beautiful roof by Elena Harper to make it 11-8.
Very good
Miller
play.
was also there to keep the door closed for Hedgesville.
Yeah, both teams, though, very, very scrappy. Great play. Everybody laying it all on the line.
Van Dyne to Shipley. Hutzler sets it behind her for Walker. Right at Van Dyne. Point Musselman, 12-8. They lead.
Walker's got to make the serve count now. Walker's missed a couple tonight.
The junior going to take her time to get back there as Sadie Wright checks in for Musselman as well. Walker serve off the net and down. Ace for Musselman, 13-8. It's a 5-point lead for the Applemen over Hedgesville. Hedgesville slowly rolling the ball back over to Musselman, trying just to slow it down and get in the head of their opponent. Addison Walker's serve in the air. Off the net again.
Another
Van
one.
Dyne was ready for it this time. Yates, Chrisman, Walker tried to get it over to Hutzler, but the pass went awry. It's a point for Hedgesville. 13-9. The Eagles down by 4, but have the serve, and it'll be Grace Gum back to serve for Hedgesville.
Got to get a pass here if you're Musselman. Hedgesville got to run some defense.
Grace Gum to Hannah Howard. Hutzler sets it for Sadie Wright.
Off block.
And it's tipped. Point Musselman makes it 14-9. Ada McCoy checks in for Isabella Hutzler. Ava Dunnigan checks in for Kaylee Chrisman. And Dunnigan will serve for Musselman.
And that's the thing about Musselman. You subbed in a freshman and a sophomore.
That's what they've been doing all night long. That rotation between the two and the other two. Yates to Howard. Shipley
It's got to be
to the
angled.
freshman.
It's off the antenna.
Off the antenna. It's
That's
a point
good
for
call.
Hedgesville. Great call. Makes it 14-10. She definitely had the height. It just hit the net and stayed on Musselman's side. So it's a 4-point lead. And Hedgesville has the serve. Paige Richmond with the ball and serves it over to Musselman for Madigan Faircloth. Perfectly placed for Shipley to serve it to Wright, and she gets the kill, makes it 15-10.
Shipley runs through, and Wright is prepared. That's what you love to see. Of course, Wright's a senior, so you would expect that type of level-headedness, that she was prepared to put the ball away.
Caroline Shipley now serves for Musselman. Van
Good
Dyne.
pass.
Miller gets it blocked by Sadie Wright. 16-10, Musselman leads.
Yeah, ball was a little tight, so Wright was able to reach across, penetrate the plane of the net. Stuff block.
And using her height to her advantage, 6'1" is Sadie Wright, and Caroline Shipley over serves that one, so the error gives a point to Hedgesville. It's 16-11 now, and 2 people will enter for Hedgesville, and Lexi Winston as well as Paige Elliott. Paige Elliott will serve for Hedgesville as well. 16-11, Elliott serves to Dunnigan. Shipley off the net, keeps it alive, and Howard sends a free ball over. Richmond to Skylar Yates, and she gets the kill off the hands of Ava Dunnigan. It's 16-12.
Yeah, Dunnigan was right there. She just gets under it a little bit.
Had a lot of power to try to control there. Skylar Yates puts Hedgesville within 4. Elliott serves this one over, and Howard lets it go by her and out of play. Great job by her to get the point for Musselman at 17-12. Kept her eyes on the ball at all times and followed it all the way out, Jim. That's exactly what you love to see. Faircloth to Van Dyne. Richmond sets it for Yates. Off the hand of Faircloth. It's another point off the kill of Skylar Yates. It's 17-13. Skylar Yates trying to carry her team to a victory in set number 4 and force set number 5.
Yeah, but she's in the back row now, so Harper is going to have to step up here for Hedgesville. This is a smaller front row for Hedgesville.
Skylar Yates serving it to Howard. Shipley sets it for Howard, and it's blocked and goes down, but on the side of Hedgesville, so it's a point for Musselman to make it 18-13. And the same subs that we've seen checking in for each other. It's Chrisman and Dunnigan entering. McCoy and Dunnigan exiting. It was Kurnos entering. You think that I'd know it by now since it's been happening all night, Jim.
Yeah, man, Kurnos has got to get 1 or 2 real points here.
And she gets the first one off the ace as Skylar Yates' first touch goes to the scores table. It's now 19-13.
Yeah,
Musselman 6 points away from being the regular season EPAC champion.
Hedgesville with 1 timeout left, which is the problem now. You could blow it here early, but you don't need
with the service error, so it's a point for Hedgesville to make it 19-14, and Isabella Hutzler will now enter for Emma Kurnos. And it'll be Danica Probst back to serve for Hedgesville. Trying to start a comeback. It's survival mode for Hedgesville, and it's a service error for Hedgesville. Makes it 20-14. 5 more points needed for Musselman, and it's Hannah Howard, the junior, back to serve. Hannah Howard serve into the air and over at Van Dyne behind her. Running for it is Probst. A free ball sent by Van Dyne. Howard. Hutzler sets it for Walker over the block. And no pancake this time for Hedgesville. It's a point for Musselman. 21-14 they lead. Energy still alive on the side of Musselman student section. They know it's 4 more points needed for victory. Howard.
Don't know why you sit on that timeout if you're Hedgesville.
Richmond to Yates at Chrisman into the air. Almost through the basketball hoop. Hutzler to Walker and sends a short free ball to Van Dyne. Richmond to Harper.
Off block. Good
off
play.
the block. Howard. Hutzler for Shipley off the block into the back line for Yates. Richmond over for Harper again. It's behind her. Off the net. 3 more points needed for Musselman. It's 22-14. They smell blood and they're trying to finish off the Hedgesville Eagles. Hannah Howard for Musselman serving again. Howard serve to Yates. Richmond goes towards the ball, and Yates sends it to Faircloth. Hutzler for Shipley. Into the air by Probst. Richmond sends it over. Hutzler behind her, and it's a kill by Chrisman. Makes it 23-14. Kaylee Chrisman puts Musselman within 2 points of being the #1 seed in the EPAC playoffs next week. Howard serving it over the net to Van Dyne. Richmond for Harper, over the block to Howard. Hutzler for Shipley, right by Yates, 24-14. It is game point Musselman, and it looks like there's no stopping them now. Howard looking to give Musselman the win right here, right now. Still up by 10, though. If she doesn't yet, it's okay. Howard, her serve. Over to Yates, and right over and out of play. Makes it 24-15, but now puts the pressure on Hedgesville to have to get 9 straight serve scores, and it is the libero Kelsey Van Dyne to try to do so. Miracle needed for Hedgesville. Van Dyne doesn't do it. It's a service error. Musselman wins set number 4, 25-15. And the Lady Applemen are the EPAC regular season champions and will be the #1 seed next week in the postseason. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for the post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
In whatever you do, it's good to go the extra mile. But when we go to Antwerp, Belgium to buy a diamond for you, we go the extra 7,982 miles, the distance from here to Antwerp. And when you see your new diamond, the sparkle in your eyes will tell us it was worth it to go the distance. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Dave and I are leaving soon on a diamond buying trip. And here's what going the extra 7,982 miles means for you. A more beautiful diamond than you thought possible for your money. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. We work directly with the men and women who buy and cut the diamonds. We personally inspect thousands of diamonds to pick only the best out of each parcel. And believe me, we reject hundreds of diamonds for each one we buy. Would you like to own a diamond that will blow by other diamonds in a flash? We're ready to go the extra 7,982 miles for you. See us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 south of 51 in Inwood.
Welcome back here to Klein Court. Musselman victorious over Hedgesville in 4 sets. The first one 25-10. The second one is the one that Hedgesville won 25-21. Then Musselman wins the next two 25-16 and then 25-15 to remain undefeated in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference and become the #1 seed in the postseason that starts next week. So Musselman now 35-4-2, 9-0 in the EPAC. Hedgesville Vols to 27-4-2, 9-2 in the EPAC. Those two losses obviously to Musselman. So next week on Tuesday, the playoffs will look like this. Right here at Klein Court inside Musselman High School, you will have the Musselman Applemen taking on the 4th seed Spring Mills Cardinals. And there at Hedgesville High School, you will have the Martinsburg Bulldogs visiting the Eagles. well, what a match it was, and the outcome probably what you expected. You hoped for 5 sets like last time, but Musselman showed why they're the number 1 team in the state. They still had some lackadaisical moments like we've seen, but it's always a victory each time.
Tomorrow on Sportsmiss, you're going to have to ask the producer, Spencer Dupuis, what I forecasted for the match tonight, because I believe that some DL, some down low prognostication was Musselman in 4. That's I said 3-1, and here's why.
I never wrote down a 5th set.
Here's why I said that. I said that I felt like Hedgesville would have trouble dealing with Musselman's attack because of the way that they spread the kills and Richmond's ability to block, and I think that we saw that. Christmas had a good match. Shipley provided some kills outside, and of course the Mangler did what she does. And then you have your all-state player in Hannah Howard. Conversely, Kernos came in the 3rd set after Musselman lost the 2nd set and dominated from the end line, which made it very difficult for Hedgesville to set their offense up. It was a great match for Musselman, a very good match for Hedgesville. Difficult for Hedgesville to win here on Klein Court.
Yeah, now Hedgesville has to wait till Thursday for its next match. They play at Boonesboro there in Maryland. As for Musselman, we will be broadcasting their next match right here on Thursday, and it's against a team that you are very familiar with, Jim, and that is the Smithsburg Lepers, the team that you won 3 state titles with. I know it's going to be a special, somewhat emotional night for you, and it's going to be a great one because we get to see the number 1 team in the state of West Virginia again, the Musselman Lady Applemen, up against a team that is pretty good there in Maryland, and I know you've said before, our head coach there that you used to coach, can't remember the name though, so I apologize. I know you'll definitely correct me, has won 10 state championships during her time at the helm.
Yeah, Coach Bagto, Rachel Bagto, she played for me 95 to 98. She started all 4 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and the thing is, Smithsburg is a 1A school, so keep that in mind. Obviously, Musselman not a 1A school, so the size of class. I think that my first year coaching, that senior class had 71 students. So it is a very small high school in terms of their overall population. However, Rachel has done what many teams could not do, win a ton of titles, just like Coach Martz here in Musselman. My 6th year, we could not fill our schedule. I mean, we finished that season 19-2. We won our 2nd state title. Teams like Centennial, 3 and 4A schools would not play Smithsburg because that's how good of a program they have. They start 4 freshmen. You would expect Musselman to outlast, to dominate a team like Smithsburg. I would imagine they'll be scrappy. It should be fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely will be. Again, that is Thursday, and you can see it right here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. JV pregame will start at 5:45. Action will start at 6. Varsity will follow. And then don't forget on Friday, the last game of the year for the Martinsburg Bulldogs football team. They go for a revenge game at Spring Valley down in Huntington, West Virginia. And then on Saturday, it is the Shepherd Rams traveling to Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania to take on the Huskies. Friday, pregame starts at 6. Kickoff now scheduled for 7 instead of 7:30. So if you haven't changed that already in your schedule, make sure to do so. And on Saturday, it'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff with a 1:30 pregame show. Let's wrap things up so that we can talk to Phil McCoy unless he wants to say something on air.
Look at this. It's the Marius
group. Make sure
commercial.
To tune in tomorrow.
Live commercial.
Live commercial.
I was afraid.
263-434-3670 Winchester Avenue. Right here, Martinsburg.
You have that down pat.
Man, I was afraid to talk to this guy because I was afraid
you knocked over the camera.
I was afraid he was going to say something about the Ravens getting destroyed by the Bungles. Oh my goodness.
I just got to keep them out.
Oh my goodness. Hey, your
Phil.
daughter's outstanding. We call her the Mangler. She's fantastic. It's a pleasure to watch your kid.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Thank you, Phil. And Thank you to Steve Campbell, the athletic director here, letting us set up, as well as Mr. Sean Marks, the head coach. Thank you to Allison Whitford, the Hedgesville coach, for helping us out. Gave me the numbers for the JV team, as well as making sure that I knew that she is the new head coach for the Hedgesville varsity Lady Eagles in place of Joy Van Dyne. Again, varsity action, Musselman wins 3-1. JV action, 2-0. That's going to wrap things up here from Musselman High School. For Nick Verzolini, Isaiah Horner, Spencer Dupuis, John Alderton, and Jim Klein, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off until Thursday. Have a good night, everyone.
That concludes our coverage of West Virginia High School volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage was brought to you by WVU Medicine East, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Keep it tuned to TV 10 for all your local high school sports coverage from around the Eastern Panhandle. All rights reserved.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for